Hello, everyone. Welcome to an episode of Crow Critique. I am sick.
I am a little bit maybe
dying.
sick.
Yeah, we're all coming down with something. It's that time of year again.
When the seasons change.
So if I sound like absolute fucking dog shit, that's why my nostrils want to kill me. So I'm currently in a bit of a bad position. But I should be good. I'll be fine for the stream. It'll be. I'll deal with it. I'm a strong. Talking might actually help the
sinuses
move around, get this shit together, you know, all that kind of stuff. But yeah, no. Other than that, yeah, not too much going on. Other than we do have an announcement to make, which is related to the video today. You know, due to changing market trends, Ali, we are gonna have to pivot away from live streaming.
Yeah,
we're no longer going to be able to live stream our podcast. Instead, we are going to have to start manufacturing USB sticks and sending them via carrier pigeon to. Gonna have to send them out to.
Yeah,
all of
but
our
of course,
five
the
fans.
cost of the USB chips will be on you.
Yes, you will have to buy the USB drives. Yeah, that have the podcast on them.
Yeah,
you get a free podcast with your USB drive.
Yeah.
Look, it's the market demands it. Okay, there's not a lot we can do about it.
It's not like that we are buying all the USBs in the world.
Yeah, it's not like it's not. Oh god, I've seen some really good fucking memes though. All right, like have you seen the Domino's one?
No.
Domino's UK was like, due to changing market trends, we are no longer going to be producing physical pizzas. Instead, we will be producing digital pizzas.
Yeah, no, I don't really.
We will produce digital pizza. Fucking great.
I don't really feel that joke when a big corporate company does it. It doesn't really feel genuine.
I just thought it was funny, like the idea of a digital pizza. It's fucking digital pizza.
Yeah, but Domino's would. That's the problem, right? If Domino's...
I don't know what the corporate situation's like at the old Domarinos. But yeah, nah, it's
but in better news,
yeah. For once, we have a reason to shit on Sony instead of Microsoft. What?
Although, of course, there's plenty of blame on Microsoft as well.
No.
Oh no, yeah. Sorry.
You don't get to switch it around. You don't get to switch Reno it around and make it all about Microsoft. No, this is Sony's L. This is Sony's L. They're doing the L right here.
No, I'm going to blame Microsoft as well as Sony.
But Microsoft didn't announce anything, though.
Microsoft announced it was going to close like another 5 studios.
Yeah, but they didn't say they were going to stop making physical games.
Well, they did announce that they are looking that the next console wouldn't have a disk drive.
Well, maybe. Well, yeah, maybe. But like again, you got to put your. I understand the Xbox hate boner, right? I understand. You just want to bash on, but this is a Sony bashing stream this time around. We are
depending where the video takes. But before we go to the
depending where the video takes us, yeah. But we are bashing the Sonys today because they deserve it for fucking this you will own nothing, be happy nonsense. I guess we should probably stop beating around the bush and just like actually explain what the fuck's happening. So, Sony put out a thing where they basically said, I believe it's for new games. So going forward, basically, they are no longer going to be creating physical Blu-ray discs for PlayStation, right? And yeah, the internet was not fucking Fallout 4. Everyone disliked that. Fucking fucking thing came up on the screen. Because yeah, it's I personally like it's I could see like yeah, things have been moving in the digital direction, whatnot, but that doesn't mean that it's a good thing. It doesn't mean it's a good thing. Um, Physical discs are still pretty cool.
And also important, I don't believe that that any gaming industry would survive on digital alone. Consoles mostly,
Mm.
right?
Well, I mean, people have been like on the like devil's advocate slash defense force side, right? Um, they've been making the argument. Well, I mean, you're on PC, and PC is mostly PCs don't have disk drives anymore, and
Yeah,
you're
because
mostly
if
digital on PC.
only because I'm
Um,
forced to. It's not my choice. I buy any game I
well,
can get physical. I buy the
I
physical.
think the difference is also like Valve, for all their like monopolistic people whining about that faults, right? Um, I believe they do have some kind of like end of life
Mm,
plan. You will get to keep your games, right? And you will be able to download your games, or they'll figure they apparently legally will figure something out. Meanwhile, Sony has a literal, not even just Sony, but all of them, like Xbox too, just so you can be happy. Boner can die down a little bit. They have a history of the storefronts closing, right? Like,
mm,
I don't think you can buy games for your Vita or your PlayStation 3, or I don't even think the PlayStation 4 store is still up. Is it? I don't even know. I don't remember. Um, like, yeah, no, like they will fucking just shut down the storefront and be like, well, guess you're fucked if you lose your download, or you can't. Nope, guess you're not allowed to download that anymore, right? Um, all of your digital purchases are just rentals, apparently.
yeah. Well, there was the thing just like a couple days prior, right, where movies you bought were deleted because the Sony license ran out. So, oops, the movies you bought for your Sony
Whoops.
gone. Um, so that's and then 3 days later, oh, no discs anymore. So that doesn't inspire confidence. I am not, controversial take, I suppose. Sony's shutting down the stores for the Vita is not really surprising. The Vita has not been supported in years and years and years and years. Um,
I
it
think
was.
the issue isn't necessarily shutting down the store as much as it's making it so that games are inaccessible, right? Like, if they
Mhm,
shut down the store, but I'm not sure if you can actually, yeah, I don't know if you can still download shit that you purchased even though the storefront is closed. I would have to look into that. But if that's not the case, then that's kind of the problem, right? Like, yeah, I can understand. Okay, it's like been 10 years. I mean, look, Nintendo does this too. They do it with the Wii and the whatnot, right? Like,
mhm.
all that kind of stuff. Hey, 50, how's it going? Um, like, I can understand, like, yeah, because you can't necessarily support stuff forever, right? In a sense, right? It may, you got to kind of draw a line
Yeah,
somewhere.
but
But I do, but
I
I
have.
do think, yeah, but I do think that you need some kind of end of life plan slash. Okay, we've got a whole bunch of people that have purchased shit, right? That with their money, right? They should own that thing, right? Be it digital or otherwise. They should be even not just for like digital, right? Like games on disc that need updates, right?
Mhm.
Because if you can't download the update, you're going to be stuck on like version, especially nowadays where games are getting updated at launch, basically, right? To be
Have
able to
been for a
fix
couple years.
a lot of discs aren't even like they don't even have the game on the fucking disc. It's just a key to be able to download them.
Yeah, the only
right?
5.0 says that you cannot download games of PSP or
Yeah,
whatever stores they close. That's a concern because
yeah.
I have a
That's the problem. Yeah.
I have a 3DS Naretsu and a Wii U, and I can still download the things that I have bought. That the 3DS is ancient, decade plus,
Mm,
however long it is, and I can
yeah.
down. I was concerned that there was a store shut down. Could not buy the things
Yeah, because that
anymore.
was relatively recently the 3DS store
Yeah, and then I was
shuttered.
concerned for,
Yeah.
oh, can I still download the things I need? And yes, I can. I can download my very super special Good Boy Metroid Prime Fusion special ambassador. You bought
Yeah,
a
yeah,
thing for too
yeah.
much money.
So, and that's kind of what the problem is, right? So that's kind of why I think people are reacting so negatively to this PlayStation thing, right? Because it's just another kind of notch in the gun barrel, right? It's another fucking like kicking things when they're down.
Mm-hmm.
Because now you're not even gonna have the disc, right? You're not even gonna be able to like play the game if the storefronts go down, right? And you didn't make sure to download your fucking shit before it fucking went down. So yeah, I think that the hate is very justified. I think that people should keep it up, right? Keep it up. Um, keep putting pressure on them to hopefully realize because
Yeah.
I don't fucking buy. I do not fucking buy this whole like the current market trends are indicating. Da, da, da. No, you just want to. They just want to save like fucking $2 on printing discs, right?
Well,
Like that's
also
all it
like the
really is.
$30, 30% of that goes to the store that sells it instead of if you
Yeah,
buy
yeah.
the
It's like
full game.
they don't they just want to save a buck, right? Like let's be real. It's not like because there's not a fucking shortage of discs, right?
Absolutely
Like
not.
I can understand for like okay, game consoles themselves, right, and price hikes and that kind of thing, because that's what hit Valve recently because the Steam Machine came out.
Hmm.
I could maybe talk a little bit about that. I gotta be careful because my nose is fucking like it's like a wave. Like every now and then it just fucking slaps me in the face. Um, but basically, yeah, I can understand from the perspective of the consoles themselves. But discs, there's no shortage of material to make discs, and there's no fucking shortage of manufacturing for discs, right? So
Hmm.
I don't buy this fucking nonsense, right? That they're fucking spewing about fucking we need a fucking this, that, and the next thing, right?
Yeah, and
I think it's
and
bullshit.
for before we go, we're going pretty
Yeah,
deep
before we
into
move
the
into a different topic and we get on with it, yeah.
yeah, but
Jeez.
I see 5.0 has no internet at home, or
Mm.
so what is going to happen to the people there? That's a concern. That's a
Yeah.
problem. I don't know if you have
Like,
if you
well,
have a
Sony thinks that you
PlayStation.
just don't fucking matter, I guess.
Yeah. Anyway, let's go
But
to the
yeah, no,
video.
yeah, we'll go to the video, yeah, because I was going to like mention the Steam Machine shit because basically it came out, people were whining about it being overpriced, but it's kind of like
Not
not
their
Valve's fault.
fault.
Yeah, I think if it had come out and it was like a normal market and they had priced it a bit more, like because I feel like it should have been like I don't know, talking in American money, if it was like $700, $800, it probably would
Mm,
be a good deal, but it's like 1,000, so I feel
minimum,
like
yeah.
yeah. So yeah, it's a shame, but hopefully when things stabilize, they might be able to lower the price, and then it might become a bit of a better option. So anyway, what are we doing today? Because we're doing Gun and Ball apparently. Gun and
Yeah.
Ball Gamer Academic. The
Oh,
the
the epidemic
balls,
under the ball and gun gamers. Dumb auto
the ball and
translation.
gun, ball and gun. Yeah,
Ball and
I
gun.
have heard. I've heard the ball and gun on the twatters. It comes up a little bit in the conversation. The
Ball and
the
gun
dude
is
the
it. It's the new word for the dude bro gamer. It's the same people.
The dude bro, yeah, the dude bro, yeah, the Call of Duty,
Yeah,
NFL, fucking whatever,
Xbox
Madden.
Live, shouting slurs on your
Yeah,
bad
the good
camera.
old days, back when gaming was good. You'd get to come home from school, you'd pop on Call of Duty Black Ops 2, and you'd start screaming the N-word at people. Great.
Constantly.
You'd have to come up with a million creative ways to call someone's mum fat. It was fucking great.
But no,
Best
Bun and Goal
fucking time.
gamers are the same as dude bro gamers.
And apparently it's an epidemic. So yeah, we're gonna figure out just how much of an epidemic it is after I kind of come in. Yeah, nice hiss. Hiss. Ooh, that carbonation feels good. All right. So, we're also apparently reacting to TikToks now, I guess, or YouTube Shorts.
It's even worse now. So we're not reacting to him. There's a guy talking over him.
We're reacting to a reaction of a reaction. Okay.
Indeed, we are.
All right, let's get it on.
You having some bad takes, bro? You gotta go down with your bad takes. And let me say this, like, my takes, I be serious. Like, I be serious a lot of the time, but people might think you trolling, but that's the art in having a bad take. Like, a bad take, your take gotta be so bad, it's good. Like, your take gotta be so bad, people really think you trolling. And what will happen with bad takes is you end up being right in the long run. Like,
now this right here, Gadies and Littleman, is someone who's content with being a dumbass. And
says Spider-Man Avatar.
Well, I don't know. I mean, look, I'm not a TikToker guy, but I mean, if that's... What did our man really say there? He's like, yeah, if you're gonna do the bad take,
something.
If you're gonna do the bad take, right?
Do it with your chest. Do it for real.
Do it with your chest. Yeah, be a real troll, right? Be a real homeboy troll. Yeah, I need a VTuber avatar. Yeah.
I did have way back in the day. I had a VTuber live to be for 5 minutes.
We'll see how we're going because we're still early on. We're still early on. But right now, I'm kind of like I'm not sure exactly what the connection is, right? Because the guy in the black dude in the video, right, didn't scream "dude, bro, gamer" to me. Like, unless there's some context I'm missing, right?
The only context that I know...
Popular TikTok man who talks about gaming and he has shit takes, but he's confident in his shit takes.
The only thing I know, right, that the ball and gun gamers, as they are kind of, dismissively called, were complaining that during the Game Awards or other, such things, that
there wasn't enough gun and ball.
That their games are not getting, nominations, awards, and all that stuff. And the problem is the ball and gun gamers only play 2 games and that's it. And they really like their one single game. So when they go, oh, but there is no fun game, there's no games, but this game is the best game because it's the only game I played.
Yeah.
And then when people nominate Expedition 33 as the best game, and they go
it doesn't have gun and ball in it. What are you talking about?
But also, what's that? I don't know that. So they are in their own. They play Call of Duty with their friends for the whole year and don't really engage with the rest of the gaming as a whole space, right? So when they then suddenly go, but why is this game I never heard of winning? It must be bad because I never heard of it. But that's because they're kind of, somewhat insulated. And this is kind of, in this sense, it's their fault for not being more informed about the wider gaming space. but they're not wrong for liking their their Call of Duties and their Battlefields.
Yeah, that's kind of the thing, right? Because I remember there was like a big thing on Twitter a while ago, kind of like just shitting on Call of Duty and fucking, you know, the gun and ball type games, right? And while I can understand, you know, obviously being critical of these games is fine, right? A lot of it really did sort of just feel like you were a nerd and you got like fucking dunked in the toilet or something by some guy who played Call of Duty. Right?
But now you run the industry. Now you have the awards that are validating you. So now you can make fun of...
No, not even. I don't think it's those. I don't think it's that. I think it's more. I'm talking more about the people on Twitter that just like get really like they get like viciously hostile towards like the dude bros, right? In a sense, and not just to the dude bros themselves, but the stuff that the dude bros like they're dismissive, right? And I feel like having a dismissive attitude is kind of wrong about it because again, I talked about playing Black Ops, right? You know, I played the Call of Duty. I did the dude bro. I played Halo back in the day, right, on my OG Xbox. You know, I played the single player of that. Didn't really do multiplayer because we didn't have broadband, so no Xbox Live for me until later on, right? But yeah, like I like they're not bad games. And I know that might be a hot take, right? It might be a hot take to say
some
that
of them are, but not all of them.
Yeah, some of them are. Some of them are bad. Some of them are bad, right? All right. Like, you know, I'm not gonna fully defend it, but I would argue, like, let's say Black Ops 2, for example, right? It's got a solid campaign, right? Pretty interesting, pretty fun, engaging story. Hell, that even had like multiple fucking like paths and endings. It has like fucking 5 different endings based on shit you do in the fucking campaign, right? Like it was a fleshed out fucking campaign, right? And then the multiplayer was obviously solid, you know, lots of fun in that, right? Very mechanically sound, right? You had the zombies mode, right? So you had like a whole other fucking thing you can play around with. Like on a fundamental level, right? You can't deny that there is something there, right? Just because some guy in fucking high school was a douchebag, right? Just because some dude bro in high school, jock man, was like, "Oh, you play that Final Fantasy shit? You're a nerd." Ugh, right?
Yeah,
like,
I've never was. Well, I could say I was never a dude bro gamer, right? But I enjoyed, you know, by now, right, ancient games. The last Call of Duty thing I really played was World at War. I never got into Modern Warfare or any of those types games. After that, I played some Apex. As the most modern first-person shooter, I think.
Hang on, I'm trying to find meme. I'll so I'm finding variations on the meme that I'm trying to find. Hang on. You keep you keep going. I'm just don't mind me.
Oh no! All right. So
I'm looking for a thing.
No, I don't need to really defend myself or justify myself. I'm not a true blood first person shooter, but I like first person shooters nonetheless. I don't have really much else to say on that. But again, right? The dude bro gamers are totally fine in playing their games. I've more, kind of a issue with the FIFA games, with the ball games, more than the gun games, because the ball games are just gambling simulators with how much money you put in their super pack cards and their loot box things, and they're selling the same game every year with different colors. I'd have to.
Here we go. Fire up that bot. Fire up that bot, Ellie, because I found the meme. I found a variant of the meme that will do for the purposes of conversation. So I will slap that in. We got We got the what kind of gamer are you, Joker? Society.
Ancient and prehistoric.
Yeah. Society bottom tier.
Anyway, the bot is up.
Yeah, I put it in the chat. It's in. Do I need to do it again?
Oh yeah, no, I see. Let me
Get that shit up.
different scene, image thing. Here we go.
Yeah, bring that shit up.
Let's,
There you go. Make her nice and big for the chat. So you got
There we
what kind of gamer are you? New school. You got your Fortnites, your PUBGs, your Clash of Clans, your Far Cry 5s, your Overwatch. Old school. You got Modern Warfare 2, League of Legends, Angry Birds, Black Ops 2, and Bioshock Infinite. Or are you an ancient gamer at Halo 3, Gears of War, Call of Duty 4, Fallout 3, or Portal? Whether you're young or old, brand new or classic, we're all gamers, and we snipe our enemies, complete our quests, and most of all, we get shit done. Guess what I'm trying to say is you don't mess with us.
Except laundry, because mom, I can't pause the game. I cannot press pause.
Oh, fuck me, dude. But yeah, so. But yeah, no, like, yeah, but again, like, I feel like a lot of the dude bro hate kind of comes from this, like, people that are just eternally stuck in high school, right? They just never got over. They never got over the fact that bad shit happened in high school, and that you kind of gotta, like, at some time you gotta let that shit go, man. You gotta let that shit go. It's not good to just fucking hold on to that shit forever. It's
kind of another tribalism, but maybe we should play the video other than like
maybe we
should
play the video because we're bending it for fucking
Would it surprise you if this man also happened to be the gun and ball gamer final boss?
Here are 3 reasons why story mode games are trash.
Bruh, shut your bitch ass up.
Now the video that's about to be played in this video, or responded to, I guess.
The video that's about to be played in this video. Guys, would it be in our case the video that's about to be played in this video of this video? This video.
Lorenzo, may I point to a classic unrelated gameplay while you're talking? Love to see it.
It's very old, about 5 months old, but it's new to me because I just now saw it for the first time. But
I think it's like, I don't fucking know.
No, it's the new Forza.
Gun and ball gamers, being a large majority of gamers in general, is not anything. Well, I mean, that's not nothing new. I don't know.
Hey, random memes! You love the random memes? It's funny because this man's mad about the dude bros. Man's mad about the dude bros, but he's fucking video editing is very dude bro-y, right? You got your. Let me insert random funny clip of man backflipping into a car, right?
I don't really feel dude bro from this vibe just yet. In that sense.
Well, it's very zoomery though. It's very zoomery. This is gonna be a little bit of a self-report, but I was watching these there's a bunch of these Minecraft mods coming out that are like horror mods. And I've been watching like this one guy who like tries to like play in these like with like these things that like stalk you and they're like supposed to be scary or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
And I've been getting a lot of like that in my recommendations now, right? Because I watched, you know how it is. You watch like one of those and then suddenly it's like 50 gazillion of them show up.
Yeah.
And I was watching I just clicked on one because it was like the video was like, what was it called? It was something like we playing these horror mods with guns is unintentionally hilarious or something, right? Because it's like, oh yeah, you combine like a gun mod with like the fucking
scary, creepy monster with
I could shoot
eyes.
The monster in the face, right?
Yeah.
Man, that video was shit.
Oh.
Holy fuck, dude. Like, God, the kids are not alright, Ellie. The kids are not alright. Because I'm watching, like, it's just, like, nothing but dumb, like, meme cuts and these guys like pretending to like be scared and like overhyping shit and fucking like, oh man, it was fucking horrific. I don't normally dislike videos, right? But that one, oh fuck yeah, it was IQ dropping bad. It was really bad. I was like, damn,
I have to
that's fucking horrific.
faking being scared in a haha loud is funny video has existed for a decade.
Oh, it
at
has. I'm
minimum.
not saying it hasn't. I'm just saying it's a fucking thing I encountered recently. I was just like, damn, that's bad. I'm not into that. So yeah, so
I told
I'm
Naretsu
guessing
about a video I watched that I liked just before stream,
yeah.
right? It was
yeah.
If anybody has watched in the audience watched Silent Witch that we watched and we liked. And there's the guy. There's a guy on YouTube, if you can imagine, that kind of looks at chess in media, in like Breaking Bad, in whatever, but also in anime. So he didn't. He looked at, all right, how does the chessboard look in Silent Witch? Because there was a scene where blah 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 blah, and the only way that this character could win if he was going to castle. And then this chess guy looked at the board and said, "Oh damn, it's true. You can win and only win by castling. And if you do something else, it falls apart. It doesn't work anymore." So there was in this anime, which you don't actually see the board all that well. They went through the effort of actually having a chessboard where the winning move is to castle, which was the plot point of the scene. So that was pretty neat. Also, there was one about No Game No Life. It
kind of reminds me of what when I watch there's like that one doctor guy. What's his name? I can't remember his fucking name, but he does like reacting to like the pit or whatever. And he's like going through like, oh yeah, that's like actually what you do to do this or whatever. Like it's I think there's like an inherent, and I felt this like back. Ironically enough, when I was used to watch Doki Bird, or like not which he was Selene, right? Niji Sanji. This like it's fun to watch people who are competent or have knowledge of a thing talk about a thing, right?
Yeah.
Like in the Doki Bird case, it was her playing Apex. I really enjoyed watching her play Apex because she's actually like, well, she was a pro Apex player, right? She's actually good at the game. So it's different from watching other VTubers sort of play games where they'll either be like mediocre or like fumble around or fuck about, right? Like no, she's like talking about like the strategy,
the decisions
like, as
being made.
Playing. Yeah, like what's actually happening in her head as she's like, okay, I'm gonna go up here because this is a good flank angle on this person. Okay, we need to push this guy right now, right? Like, I'm gonna do this, right? And similarly to you and your chess thing, right? I feel like when you've got someone who clearly knows what the fuck they're talking about and has the actual knowledge to explain that, there's like something really entertaining about it, right? To watch that kind of like go through. Even more so, I guess, if you're also a, somewhat knowledgeable about said thing, kind of.
Also, a crash out I had prior to stream. I was pulling all the secrets that we have between us, Naretsu. I was crashing about one of the animes that I watched, and I'll just summarize it real quick. It's a Gohan.
The new Gohan's anime that is like an isekai or whatever, and it has the funky animation. To TLDL this for Ali so that we can move on.
Yeah, go ahead.
They use European Asset Pack 5 Unity engine for like the buildings in 3D. And it's a complete hot mess. It's absolutely fucking like you've got some Dutch architecture in there. You got some French architecture in there. You got a little bit of like you got fucking Hogwarts in there, right? You got fucking
all across the
kinds of fucking
continent,
shit.
all the way from the early Middle Ages to the Victorian Industrial Revolution.
It's all just kind of smashed together.
All right next to each other, all in the same place, in the same city. They might as well have electricity and farmhouse in the same street.
It's fucking bad, man. So yeah, it was a fun crash out. So you guys didn't get to see the crash out, but it was fun.
Yeah.
Not a fan of Doki, but you're not wrong. When I saw a High Guard video, yeah. I haven't been watching Doki since she like that much. I don't watch VTubers too much these days, anyway. Like only every now and then if they're doing something I care about. But like, yeah, back when I was watching her when she was Celine, I quite enjoyed watching the Apex streams because they were quite fun. But anyway, let's get off this kangaroo.
Yeah.
See what's going on.
But I just want to talk about this real quick because it's one of the stupidest mindsets, most closed-minded mindsets to have when it comes to like, if you actually.
Well, actually, I know we just pause and unpause, but I want to show. Did you see the thing I posted in the chat? Can we bring that up? I want to bring up the laser key. The Japanese artist that did the. I'll go grab it because I posted.
Yeah. Put it in the bots.
I'll put both the link because I want to credit the artist, right? So I will put the Twitter link. So it came across my For You feed when I was in the car on the way home from the shops yesterday. Because fam, right? We were all doing shops. Mum was driving, so don't worry. I can't drive anyway, but but I don't have a license. But I'm not fucking tweeting while driving. All right, I'm not being a dick by that. But this one Japanese artist, I've never seen them before. I don't follow them, but they showed up in my For You. They did like a Kiwi, like a New Zealand flag anime girl. And they incorporated the fucking laser Kiwi flag into the fucking thing. So there we go. I put the link to the tweet just so that we're crediting our artist on the stream. Don't use Twitter, but it's so that when the chat replay, right? Like it can, people can see it in the chat replay.
Yeah.
And I'm gonna bring it up in a sec because I'm gonna put the thing.
No,
so here we go.
To be completely unrelated to the video itself, Naretsu, I had like a fault, and then I recognized the fault as being Orientalist.
It's like New Zealand Orientals.
No, Naretsu. I thought from, oh damn, those Japanese, a Japanese guy doing a New Zealand meme. That's weird. But then Naretsu. But wait, Naretsu, those Japanese are just like us. We know about Japanese memes. Why can't the Japanese guy know about our Western
so I put it
memes?
in the bot. It's in the bot. You can.
I'll refresh the thing. Yeah, there we go.
The thing up. Yeah.
It's good to
so
go.
I fucking love it. It's great because it's not only a really good design for the flag girl, like it's actually really fucking good. But incorporate the laser Kiwi. And it's so funny reading the comments, like the translated comments on the tweet too, because the Japanese are getting like educated on the fucking laser Kiwi. Fucking laser Kiwi. Someone posted like the video from the election in 2023 where they like Free News had like the laser Kiwi lasering politicians that got voted out. They had like a CGI laser Kiwi on a button. Fucking great. So yeah, that artist, it's Mato Tissio at MATO _TSUYOI.
All right, now it's way too small to be ever seen, but it's all right.
Yeah, it's great. I love it. It's fantastic art. It's so fucking great.
And I'll repeat myself again, Naretsu. It's a shame that you people over there didn't vote to change the stupid name and the stupid flag. I am very disappointed.
We weren't voting to change the stupid name. We were only voting to change the stupid flag. Because okay, before we move on to the video, here's the deep lore. Here's the deep lore on the laser Kiwi. So it was like a number of years ago, John Key, right? Prime Minister John Key, in his infinite fucking wisdom, was like, you know what I want to do? I want to have a legacy, right? I want to have a
Mhm.
legacy. I want to be remembered for something, right? As most dumb fuck politicians do, right? So he was like, I'm going to have a referendum on the flag. We are going to change the Union Jack. Fuck those Brits. We don't give a fuck. Fuck the Brits. We're not colonialized anymore.
Mhm.
We're an independent nation. Technically, yeah, it's a complicated bullshit, but
Commonwealth,
whatever.
blah blah.
Who cares? Who cares? Fuck them. New flag. Let's go. So they had a whole process, and part of the process was submissions, right? Like anyone could submit a flag, right? Anyone could. And so a former member of the ACT Party, which is like the Libertarian Party, was not very happy with like the flags that got picked. So she created the laser Kiwi flag in MS Paint one night. And it ended up kind of becoming a bit of a meme because a lot of people like just saw this whole thing as like a waste of money because it did cost like a few $1 billion to fucking do the referendum. And in the end, we ended up not changing the flag anyway because most of the like choices were kind of shit. I wonder if I can find. Hang on. Let me have a look. Oh yeah, because I probably haven't spelt that very good. See if I can find her. Oh, here we go. The Wikipedia article on the flag debate. Yeah, it was the four options, like the three options they chose for the final referendum were not particularly fantastic.
I remember
and
I remember getting the news, and it was one of them that was pretty neat.
the peak one's alright. I liked the red peak. Yeah, I know we're gonna get rid of our anime girl, sadly, but I can bring it up for the chat. Here we go. This is just straight from the wiki. Like the fucking green one is atrocious. I don't know what the fuck they were thinking with that. That's just fucking atrocious. I'm not a fan of that. So those were the options basically. I'm pretty sure those were the main options that they wanted to kind of go for. And yeah, it ended up like basically they went through the whole process, and I think it was looking at the wiki, it was like 38% were like, nah, we don't. Please, fucking don't. And 23% were like, yeah, we're okay with a change, but they look shit, right? So they ended up basically not going with any of them. And like I said, the red peak was all right. I liked the red peak. The red peak is a good one. I kind of like that one.
Maybe they should went with like choice ranking voting, like.
Yeah, yeah. Well, that's what they did. They basically sent out a mailer that was just like, "Oh yeah, pick which one you want, right? Or like none, right? Or like, do you pick the old flag?" And yeah, most people ended up going with the old one. Oh, actually, yeah, because the 2015 referendum from John Key. Yeah, they had like a bunch of fucking like ones that were very similar, and no one liked them. So yeah, it was a whole thing. It was a massive fucking disaster, right? John Key was humiliated, right? Because it was like this was going to be his legacy, right? He was going to be the guy who changed the flag, PM that changed the flag, and he ended up getting humiliated. And the laser Kiwi kind of came out of that because it was one of the submissions, and everyone really like just sort of jumped on it because it was so fucking like just funny. And it ended up becoming a meme down here for a long, like at least a few years. It ended up becoming a meme. And I read, funnily enough, it's actually seen combat in the UK in Ukraine. New Zealand volunteers in in Ukraine have been fucking using the laser Kiwi as their fucking flag.
I have seen that those army squads, whatever level of organization they are. I just saw like
Some of them
one.
have like weeb morale patches and shit. I've
And
noticed.
another
as well.
one is just named like Corn. You know, the Warhammer Chaos God
Yeah.
of Violence and whatever. One of them has named himself after Corn, so that's a fun one.
But
Calling
yeah,
yourself a
anyway, that's
denom.
enough. That's enough getting off track with
Yeah.
NZ flag nonsense. We can get rid of that from the thing now. I just wanted to show the art because the art was really good. I thought it was really cute. I quite liked Kiwi Chan or New Zealand Chan. Thought it was very cute. But anyway, back to Gun and Ball, I guess.
Video games. So without further ado, let's get into Gun and Ball gamers. But we have to discuss the final boss first.
Here are 3 reasons why story mode games are trash. Number 1, 0 replay value on a story mode game. Once you beat the story mode, then what, bro? You gotta buy a new game or you stuck in the same cycle of playing the same weak-ass story mode over and over again. There's no replay value. Nobody wants to keep playing the same story mode. When you play 2K, when you play Madden, there's hella different options. You got My Team, you got My League, you got Franchise, you got Dynasty, you got Park. There's online game modes against real people. Not final boss Elden Ring AIs, bro.
Off the bat.
So,
So
that is
Ball and
certainly a
Gun,
take.
the Ball and Gun gamer is not wrong in all examples, right? Because Retsu, the Obra Dinn, great game. It's detective game, detective puzzle game.
Yeah, I've watched it streamed.
Not really a narrative game, but in that sense, Retsu, if you know the mystery, if you know all the murders, it's no point playing it the second time.
Yeah, well, I think the problem is that he's generalizing, right?
Also, he seems to value something differently, right?
In a sense, I think the problem is, like I said, he's generalizing because it depends very heavily on the game, right?
And sometimes the narrative...
Metal Gear Rising Revengeance comes to mind for me, where I finished that and I was like, I am immediately starting another playthrough right the fuck now, right? I'm doing it again, like right now.
Yeah,
right?
that's because
because it's not just about like, because the thing is yeah, okay, the story. Once you've gone through the story once, right? Yeah, okay, sure, fine. But I think what the Gun and Ball guy is kind of forgetting is that you can also play the game for the mechanics of it.
Yeah, the gameplay.
Right? Like Devil May Cry is another example of that. Like similar into Revengeance, where you're not necessarily replaying it for the story per se. You're replaying it because of how tight the combat and the mechanics are.
Or, you know,
in gameplay
the
sense.
Skyrim, I suppose, for different builds.
Skyrim is another good example because, yeah, like once you've gone through all the content in Skyrim, right? Your replay value comes from, you know, trying different builds and trying different, you know, funny little RP runs and stuff, right?
Or, you know, the biggest story game, not of them all, but a huge story game, Disco Elysium.
Yeah, there's like a million different fucking things.
And you just
you can do in Disco Elysium.
Pick your opposite political persuasion for the next run. And engage with the world with the opposite whatever you did last time. And that's a different story by then. And if you then piece it all together, it becomes like a more you get to see all the different sides of the story, of the world, all the choices, and then you can puzzle it yourself together, or you watch like a big lore video, I suppose, about what really happened to everything and anybody.
So again, it really kind of depends on the game, right?
Mm-hmm.
And what. Like, I think it's reductive to kind of say, oh, story games in general, right? Like, don't have replayability.
But because
that's kind of the issue.
There are story games that I would, you know, kind of agree with. Those mostly fall in the mystery novel type games, right? Where there's a mystery that's to be solved, to be completed, and if you know the mystery, if you know the solution, then you cannot forget the solution and then let's have fun playing
Well,
the
I mean,
solution
you can
again.
always like just not play for like don't replay it right away. Just wait like a few years and come back to it a few years.
Yeah, but unfortunately,
yeah.
things like 13 Sentinels, I think about it every once in a while.
Hmm.
The twists, the turns, they're all so good. Remember when
Remember.
she did that and was surprised by that? That was such a good scene, and now we'll be
But again,
remembering it
like,
for another 5 years.
like again, I feel like I'm coming in to be the critical one here. Like I do think that Gun and Ball Man is being a little bit reductive, and I do
Oh
think
no,
that
I
it
agree
deserves a
with
bit of
that.
criticism.
I see just
Yeah.
of course, most games, the vast majority of these games have a story that's good, that's neat, that's cool, but they have gameplay that is fun to do. And if the gameplay is fun to do, you might, maybe even, play the game just because the gameplay is fun to do. It's kind of also the reason why he's likely playing the football games, because even though he's playing the same matches, the same maps, the maps are fun to do.
Yeah. Exactly. All right, let's continue.
That we already showing your ignorance. The fuck you mean these games have no replayability? Now, don't get me wrong. There are single player games that don't really have like that much replayability.
Oh, you're fucking wrong. Well, accept it.
Yeah, he's basically being me but meaner.
Yeah.
Right? He's basically being me but
also
meaner.
funnier. What the fuck are you talking about? I mean, you're right
what the
in some
fuck are you
cases.
talking about? Yeah.
But you're right in some cases.
Yeah.
More to do than just replaying the story or the campaign of a single player game. You know, whether that's mastering the combat system, speed runs, exploring all the different paths and levels and like things within levels that like, you didn't get to before, or secret rooms that you didn't know were there that you just now discovered or like on replay, going for a high score or something of that nature. I mean, you take a look at like a Souls game, for example, and there's multiple different builds that you can pick and things that you're unlikely to find on your first playthrough that makes replaying these games feel worth it. I mean, I even look at like things like the Arkham games or the Spider-Man games. I have like hundreds of hours of just swinging around in Spider-Man
real
and
quick.
like, just fighting people.
Would Ball and Gun Gamer consider the games he's talking about as story games?
I don't know. Like Elden Ring is a bit of a.
It's an
like I think
out.
Spider-Man definitely. I would say that a gun, like thinking about this from like the perspective of a ball and gun game.
Yeah,
right?
that's what I asked.
I would say that yes, the ball and gun gamer is probably going to call that a story game because the focus is like, it has a focus on story, right? If that makes sense. Elden Ring is a little bit different because Elden Ring is a bit more like, it's less like there is narrative there, obviously, but it's more kind of it's like gameplay through narrative. Just phones pinging me. It's pinging me. Yeah, like it's more like narrative through gameplay, right? Rather than cutscenes and cinematics and that kind of thing, right? So I feel like to the gun and ball gamer, I can understand looking at something like Spider-Man or whatever and going like that. Same with like God of War would probably be another example of that, where it's, clearly like there's gameplay there, obviously, but it's very much like the gameplay is there to service the story, right? To drive you to get to the next story set piece, if that makes sense.
So
right?
yeah, I kind of what I'm feeling, right? And maybe we don't know either of these two people, right? But
not particularly.
I would, I think if you would talk to Gun and Ball guy, we would be able to convince him that no, Elden Ring is not story game.
Yeah, probably.
But maybe Spider-Man is.
Yeah, I think Spider-Man, yeah, stuff like the Spider-Man definitely.
God of War, Spider-Man, Elden Ring not.
That's what I reckon. Hang on a sec. Here we go. And continue.
Or combat challenges because the combat system is fun. Or you play a game like Sifu, which has like so much replayability, not just because of the fact that there's mods, which that if you want to put that in the argument, you can. That's more of a PC thing. But like the amount of times I've replayed Sifu and, you know, done no death runs, or keeping yourself to a certain age, or like that you don't want to pass for a challenge run, which is another thing, like challenge runs for these games. Like there is so much replayability to be had with single player games. And then bro has the audacity to bring up 2K and Madden. First of all, let's really talk about 2K, because unless you spend $80 for the game, sometimes even more. Actually, no, I'm thinking $80. That was back when I played 2K. Now it's like $90 for, you know, the $70 game and $20 for VC to upgrade your character. The first few hours you're playing 2K, you are playing against the AI. And mind you, the other modes that he mentioned, or a couple of the other modes, like My Career, you're playing against AIs. My Team, you're also playing against AI, or you're just dumping a bunch of money into that shit. Or the other game mode, I forget what it's called. I think it's like franchise or some shit where you can like, you know, put players on your team. Or My GM, that's what it's called, My GM, where you can like be the coach and you know, manage your team and all that stuff.
I get the point that the sports games are absolutely terrible. There's no defending them whatsoever.
I don't play the sports games. I don't know anything about the sports games. It's whatever, right? To me,
from what I don't play them, so I kind of know not stand on a grand podium and declare them with full knowledge that they're absolutely terrible. But from what all signs points towards, they're money extracting semi-gambling machines.
horrific monetization. Absolutely horrific shit going
on. No,
people complain about the gotcha games, but like, fuck, dude. People complain
There's no
about
justifying anything about defending the ball games.
That's some of that shit is fucking insane. But it's kind of annoying because I do kind of get what Video Man's coming from. Like, I feel like the Madden man people or whatever, the people that play those kinds of games don't really have much of a leg to stand on, right? In terms of an argument around like, oh, your single player games are shit because of XYZ or whatever. When you are playing, like, look, people say gacha games are literal slot machines. Look, no, bro, you are literally playing a slot machine, okay? You are literally playing a fucking slot machine, right?
Oh no, like, my character is not good enough. I have to go to the slots to get a better ball gamer.
Yeah, I have to get fucking Lando Calrissian SSR Super Brazil card or some shit. I don't know.
When he was at that team, when he was that years old, at that specific team with that specific coach, that card I need. Then he had the good stats.
Yeah, like, again, it's one of them things where I just fucking like, are you serious right now? You know, like, it's almost a don't throw stones in glass houses kind of, right? Like, you don't want to fucking like be tossing the stones around when you don't really have a fucking like leg to stand on in terms of, you know, the downward spiral of conversation of what's shittier, right?
Yeah.
It's not going to end well for you if you follow that track. But anyway, let's keep.
Many AI playing 2K, and just because you're playing against other people, which may be enjoyable to you, like, I'm not even knocking that. Like, I'm someone who also does prefer playing against real people when it comes to like something competitive. But just because something's not competitive, that doesn't mean that it's not, you know, a good game. And mind you, a lot of the people that you'll find in these online games are, you know, kind of fucking stupid.
Bro, come on.
No way. We gotta farm Coco fast.
I believe this is Marvel Rivals.
Yeah.
Don't play it, but yeah. Did you see the Captain America thing?
Was he, I don't know who it was, but it was a guy with like a dick physics.
Yeah. It's I think it's Captain America, and it's like giant fucking muscles. You see the bulge? He has a dick bulge. You see the giant Magnum dong dick bulge.
Well, it's not really a bulge. It's just a log.
It's not even a bulge. Yeah, it's a fucking log. Yeah, he's got a fucking giant floppy log. Fucking. And look, there were a lot of people. It's like on the Twitter, and I'm just look, man. This is like because they were like, oh, how the dude bros gonna react to this? How the people that fucking want sexy woman and everything are gonna be so mad about this. Like, no, this is good, cool, awesome.
Yeah.
big muscle dick man, hell yeah, cool. I'm down with this. This is fun. Like, because it's fucking equal opportunity fan service, right? We are all for equality on this stream, right? We are all for equality. We want equal opportunity sexiness going on, right? And so yeah, no, it's I'm glad to see it. Glad to see it. I think it's good. I'm totally down. It's fucking great. So I wonder how the dude bros will react. floppy dick Captain America in their fucking game.
I think it'll be fine.
But to man's point though, yeah, a lot of the time, you're playing online. It's like a crapshoot on whether or not you're going to be playing with people that actually have skill or not.
That's why you play with friends, or if you don't care, or
Yeah, and it's also just like whatever. Yeah, that's
it's not real different in any game, right?
I'm trying. Give us bubble right here to play. Bubble down right here.
Walk them. One support. No supports.
We have no supports too.
Oh, he's getting rage baited.
Somebody got the TP in, right? Look.
Alright, what's the point of this now? That he's a god gamer or whatever?
No, he's like, oh, people in these online games are retarded. Watch this like gameplay clip of shitty Marvel Rivals gameplay.
The character we're watching is killing like 3 people. Isn't that good?
Well, I mean, again, I don't play the Marvel the Rivals.
That's kind of the problem. I have no context, or if he's good or bad, or if his team is bad, or if the opponent is bad.
I'm hearing on the comms like no support. So I assume
maybe the support
he's playing DPS or something, and they're not getting like adequate.
Probably because
support.
The supports are all dead. So is that his? It's kind of hard to see who's to blame and who's the bad one. Is he to blame because he didn't protect the supports? He wasn't there to prevent from the supports dying, and therefore.
Yeah, if you're not familiar with like the game, you don't have like prior context. It does kind of make it a bit difficult to like know what the fuck's going on. Hang on, we're DM'd. Okay. Yeah, it's kind of different. Yeah, and that's always like the problem with these kinds of showcases of like gameplay in these videos, when you're trying to be like, oh, this is like an example of bad gameplay, but you don't actually explain how it is an example of bad gameplay to like someone that doesn't actually fucking play the game. Especially when it's like this has gone on for a little bit now, right? It kind of makes it a bit worse. It's like a longer gameplay clip. Yeah, it doesn't really instill a lot of it doesn't really help. So anyways,
bro, I almost killed the whole fucking team, bro.
I cannot believe you guys double with that. That's insane.
Like, bro, I almost killed the whole fucking team by myself. Literally 5 people, and these fucking bonobo apes can't even fucking just use support ults correctly. Like, I don't.
Very nice crash out.
Very nice.
He's having a bit of a crash out.
All right, it's very cool.
I'm gonna assume justifiable crash out. Right, I'm gonna assume that it's a justifiable crash out. Because
but there's so many things, right? Is this one game representative? Was he just too focused on killing everybody, and not doing the objective of the game, which led to the defeat? Was he running away from the point, chasing kills instead of protecting the point? There's so many, especially in this Overwatch Rivals gameplay, where killings is cool, but not really the objective of the match. So I'm willing, of course, to accept that. Yes, in this match, the supports were not done correctly, or the support ults were not done correctly. Blah 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 blah. But does that does that mean that everybody who plays this game is trash? Apparently, Video Man is playing this game. Is he now trash gun gamer, or is he better?
Is he better? Yeah, yeah. Like I said, I'm. Yeah, this is not a great example.
I don't, bro. Don't like these are not functional humans. Like I don't.
I promise you, it has taken me way longer to beat an Elden Ring boss than it has to beat some fucking bum in like a Marvel Rivals game or a 2K game or a Madden game. And I'm sorry, like I just have to go back to this 2K thing because I used to play 2K a lot. And I'm gonna keep going into this as the video continues, but if you do not spend money on 2K and you want to play My Park, you are genuinely dumping like maybe 20 to 30 hours to upgrade your character before you can go and play in Park, because everyone else just buys VC because nobody wants to spend that much time playing My Career. I feel like this is where his perception of single player shit is skewed from, because the single player aspect of 2K is so boring that he thinks the only thing that you can get enjoyment out of with like a video game is from playing against other people.
Number two, you're not competing against anybody that's real. You can't sit here and tell me playing against the AI, you're considering that competitive gaming. If you ever played somebody who was actually good at 2K, somebody who was actually good at Madden, a real compy player, you wouldn't even get a first down. Probably couldn't even score a bucket. Y'all try to compare that to Elden Ring's final boss or Clash, whatever y'all be playing, bro. I don't even care. Them games is trash, bro. It's not competitive. You're not a real gamer if you sitting there playing against the AI, final boss AIs all day, bro.
And I kind of already talked.
I mean, this is kind of like you know the meme that's like you know two fags fighting, two retards fighting.
Yeah.
That's what this feels like right now. we got two. Although I'm leaning more in the direction of Video Man, right?
Yeah, in
honestly.
this case, Video Man, except that Video Man's examples have been pretty bad thus far, right?
Yeah, Video Man's not doing a good job, but I agree with like Video Man's position, I guess, right? Because I don't like, and by what I mean Video Man, I mean guy driving the car, not
like car.
Because you should probably preface that.
Well, we
Man,
kind of divided in between Video Man and ball gun gamer.
Gun and Ball Man, yeah. Okay, so Video Man, like, I agree, because what we just like had, right? Like, I think that again that ties back into what we were saying before with like gameplay, replayability, and right, because again, Elden Ring, you know, those bosses, while it's AI, they are specifically designed for you to fight them, and something that people also need to understand is AI cheats.
Yeah.
AI is not human, and fighting against an AI, right, is especially like if you've ever played Tarkov is a good example of this. They have to like find ways to make the AI more retarded in Tarkov. They've talked about this on dev streams, because if they just like had the AI on like max, you wouldn't be able to play the fucking game because it's inhuman, right? It can just lock onto you and dome you in like a nanosecond because it can pinpoint accurate, you know, aim and such, right?
Aimbotting.
So they have to like program, like half of their programming, according to them at least on the dev team, right, is making the AI dumb enough that you can actually fucking fight it and not get one-tapped, but also not dumb enough that it's super just like easy to kill them, right? Like there's got to be a balance there. There's a balancing act in creating AI for video games.
And there's also in the case of there has been a long-standing issue in Total War games, right, where it's called player bias. And the player bias is not that the game is biased towards the gamer, or the player. It's that the AI that if you play Total War with just AIs, all the AIs fight each other, and small difference in factions and in the Warhammer case fantasy races will mean that one race will win over the other. Blah 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 blah. All fine and good, right? However, in Red 2, if you are a player in the world, your decisions will just overpower any AI just by the come with the human intelligence. So the AI needs to have a bias against the player. It needs to be slightly more aggressive towards the player, more eager to start wars, to weaken the player so that the player has a challenge instead of allowing the player to not start wars because it doesn't have a fake AI. I am now angry at his faction because they walked through my territory. Now I must start war. Because a human can decide not to start a war based on 20 turns in advance. I need to do another thing, so I'm not going to start a war now. AI can't do that. The AI needs to be more aggressive towards the player, more eager to punish the player. But that sometimes leads to wars that your closest ally will just suddenly declare war on you, based on hidden AI angry points.
Yeah.
And the balance is making sure that the AI, is angry enough with you over time in a reasonable manner, but not letting you just win the game because you are smart and don't start wars unless you need to.
Also, I just tabbed over to Twitter and I got a picture of the Captain America, but I don't know if we can even show that on stream.
Why not?
Yeah, fuck it. If we get flagged, we get flagged. As long as the bot's
we have
open,
already flags on stream. Ha 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 ha.
Yeah, we already had flags on stream. Yeah. All right, there you go. Look at this log.
Oh wait,
look at that! Look at that magnum log right there. That is some fucking God, dude. I'm amazed they got away with that. Because I know Marvel Rivals is Chinese, I believe.
Maybe, I don't know.
Chinese. I believe it is a Chinese. I think it's like NetEast or whatever. It's like Chinese devs. NetEase? Yeah, I think it's NetEase. I can't remember. I know it's China.
That's just an investment firm. That's not really.
Oh, I don't know. I think it's Chinese devs. But dude, just look at that fucking thing. That's fucking crazy. That's fucking crazy, dude. That they got away with that. I mean, I've seen some fucking mods for Rivals. People have been modding Rivals, even though it may or may not get you banned, right? And yeah, you can get mods that are fucking sexy shit, right? And both male and female, right? So when I saw this initially, I thought it was a mod. I thought it was a fucking mod, and people were like, no, that's just actually a skin. And I'm like, damn, dude. Damn, that's crazy. That's cray-cray. Oh, man. But anyway. Let's get back to it.
About this, but bro, when did a game being competitive determine whether it's a good game or not? What are we even talking about? Nah, because really, I really want to see this guy go through and play Elden Ring or Sekiro or just any of those FromSoft games, right? Go play Hollow Knight or some shit. Stellar Blade, Jedi Survivor. Hell, I want to see you play the Arkham games or the Spider-Man games without healing. Go play Sifu. Genuinely, I want to see this guy play these games. If he's want to talk, because I feel like he's not just saying competitive. I feel like he's trying to say, I don't know, hard or engaging. That just sounded really, pause. But I feel like that's what he's getting at. And I promise you, bro, 2K and Madden are not hard games. I promise you, as someone who made 5K in a month and a half doing wagers on 2K when I was in high school, I promise you, when it comes to the tier list of competitive games, that is not up, the sports games are not up there, bro. And the funniest part is, if you really talk about 2K, let's say you play my team, because that was one of his examples. A lot of what you do in my team, or if you're playing, just the 5v5 regular mode against another person, a lot of what you're doing to beat your opponent is baiting their AI. Most of the people don't even play on-ball defense. They let the AI guard people for them so they can go off-ball and, like, you know, try and disrupt your passing lanes and things like that. And I know the people that don't know shit about basketball or play 2K are probably so confused about what I'm talking about. But regardless, so much of playing competitive 2K or Madden is AI.
Yeah, a little bit.
Yeah, like, you know, the AI will put players in your way. So if you, as a player, disrupt their AI, so the defenses break down, the AI defenses break down, then you can pass through it. So is that, I don't know if that's necessarily you actually playing against the AI when you're playing against another human, because you also play against a human that also does that.
I don't know. I just, yeah, again, I'm not familiar with the logistics, I guess, of the playing the basketballs.
Like, yeah, there's skill involved to it, but, like, you compare that to a game like Marvel Rivals or Overwatch or CSGO, Valorant, Rocket League. Like, those are games that take a lot of skill to be, like, really competitive at. And to his credit, he's gonna mention Rainbow Six Siege, which, you know, that's another one that's up there. I could even mention, like, Halo or Fortnite, which is, I probably think Fortnite is one of, like,
why is he using gun examples? I don't think that ball gun gamer is going to say that gun games aren't challenging, especially when they have the multiplayer.
Yeah, I don't know.
The most skilled that you need to, how do I phrase this? One of the games you need to be the most skilled at to actually be competitive at a high level. And I say this as someone who was that. But this is besides the point, because really, like, a game being competitive does not determine whether or not it's good. And if your argument really isn't about, like, competitiveness and just about engagement in general, then sure, you can technically make the argument that when you're playing against real people in those kinds of online games that are built for that kind of thing, then yes, there has to be a little bit more thought put into, like, you know, your strategy, or how good you are at the game, your skill, all that kind of things. But that doesn't mean that single player games don't have those things either. And again, it would really depend on what you're talking about, because I promise you, you need to be better at Elden Ring than you do 2K to actually, like, I guess the equivalent would be beating a boss, which would be winning a 2K match against some fucking 40-year-old dad who just got off his shift at the oil rig, which, mind you, that's majority of the people that play 2K, by the way. Or sports games in general. Like, we're really talking about competitive games when most of the people on 2K are fucking unks that just got off their shift. But, like, on some real shit, it is genuinely way easier to go on, like, a 10-game or 20-game win streak in my park in 2K than it is to actually beat, like, some of the harder Elden Ring bosses, for example.
For 3, y'all sitting cutscenes from majority of the time y'all playing the
A little bit, yeah.
game anyway. You might as well go watch a movie, bro. You sitting there.
Yeah, bro. Metal Gear Solid 4, my favorite.
Yeah.
I
won't argue with
fucking game.
If you're talking about Kojima games, I'm not arguing with you, my man.
Again, it depends. Well, let's let him finish. Let's let him finish.
Cutscenes, barely even playing the game. Then y'all don't even get to choose y'all gaming path. Y'all are locked into one path that you gotta go. 2K is hella options. Rainbow Six Siege, hella options. Madden, hella options, bro. I'm not finna sit here and tell me that the games I play, the games I spend my time on, ain't copy games. One of y'all play me in 2K or play me in Madden for some money, on God. But nobody, y'all play on monitors, put your headphones on and think you so much better than everybody else because I play on a TV and I play sports games. I'm a sports gamer, bro. I'm sorry.
Alright, whatever. Meme or some shit. Yeah, no, again, it depends. Because, I mean, I rag on, you know, games that are not actually games, you know, that come up from time to time, right?
Yeah, but, you know, we also have, like, the visual novels, and I kind of consider visual novel games.
Hell, we had one of those recently with Mixtape, right? Like, Mixtape came out and everyone was shitting on that because it was very much a vapid, like, not actually a video game, but I really, really wish that interactive experiences took off as, like, a signifier, right? As, like, a category or a genre. Because I feel like that is a much more... It's a better description and also less, like, derogatory, right? For those kinds of quote-unquote games. To call them because that's what they are, right? They are an interactive experience.
Yeah,
right?
I mean,
If we're going to be talking about art for a minute, right? Like, you know, art, you know, flex my goddamn certificate in creative studies, right? I would classify something like mixtape as a interactive experience. It's not a video game. It's not a game, right? It is the equivalent of going to an art gallery, right? And you are like, let's say there's a particular, I remember it was like a number of years ago, there was like an art exhibition where someone had like, the whole point was that it was interactive, right? Like you're pushing these pillars around and you're doing like things where you're moving stuff around and like you're interacting with the pieces of art, right? Like it's an interactive experience, right? That's what I would call mixtape. It is a piece of art that you interact with, right? You're not playing mixtape, right? You're interacting with this piece of art that someone has created, right? And I feel like that should have been the distinction that people made back in the day when we were talking about walking sims and Gone Home and all of that shit. If we had kind of like, if the people that defended those games compromised and said, okay, fine, it's an interactive experience. Well, it can still be sold on Steam, right? We can treat it in the, like, just like we treat visual novels technically as video games, right? We could, but we still call them visual novels, right?
Mm-hmm.
As a category, as a genre. We don't necessarily have to like say that Elden Ring is the same as Yume Neko, right? Or whatever.
Yeah.
Right? They're clearly not the same thing, right? But there's no derogatory, like, unless you're a dumbass, right? There's no derogatory implication going on, right? When you're like differentiating between these two things. We could do that with stuff like mixtape. It's just the pretentious art hoes that fucking love that shit. They're like, no, you don't understand. It's totally a video game because deep, meaningful the interactivity, and you make a slushy in the slushy machine, and that's and you move the character while
Yeah,
they're
I mean,
floating.
there is always there is the
right?
eternal drive to be, oh no, but I'm actually different, even though
Yeah.
there's the eternal in our space, the anime space, to, oh no, this is not a well established Japanese term for it. No, we're going to call it ourselves something different, which doesn't cover the which doesn't really describe it very well or actually is helpful at all, but we have to call it something else because we think our label is more important than the name that has been used in Japan for 10 years already. We're going to make something up for it. Like, it fortunately it never took off, but native isekai, such a horrendous term when Naro exists, which is actually kind of what they are, what they're describing. And to be fair, right, I don't think that mixtape really kind of. The problem is that visual novel kind of implies, the 2D sprite text box kind of feel.
Yeah,
right?
A visual. The way I would differentiate mixtape from a visual novel is that a visual novel it's like you said, it is a novel. It is a novel. It is a text-based. It's a novel with visuals, right? It's not a picture book, obviously, but it is a novel that has visuals accompanied.
Yeah.
Right. Whereas mixtape, like I said, I think interactive experience is the best way to describe what that is, right? And again, that's not like a derogatory thing. Like, if I was going to be derogatory, I'd call it a fucking walking sim or just like dog shit, because it is pretentious dog shit, because it is pretentious dog shit. And I know because I watched fucking Dizzy play through the whole thing muted,
I think,
because
sorry,
so I know,
Natsu,
I have experienced the mixtape, right? So I can confidently say that it is
so
dog
Natsu,
shit.
I've kind of been brainstorming because I don't think interactive experience, because there are so many things that are interactive experiences, so I don't really feel that really helps it. I think it more kind of a narrative adventure, maybe.
It's not, but there's fuck. Okay, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter
but
because
the
we're just gonna
narrative-
we're just gonna end up like arguing over definitions for the next like half an hour, and it's not gonna go
Maybe, but
anywhere.
yeah, maybe
So
that's.
it's better to just like
Well, maybe we should call
like
into that phone number, and because we disagree.
yeah, maybe we should call into the phone number and see what we get. Well, no, because it's more yeah, no, it's like looping back into the actual video's point, right? Is that I think that you can have an argument around some games not being actual games, right? Like I think there is a debate and argument, but it's obviously on a game by game basis, right? Like it's not, you can't really generalize this type of thing, right? Because gaming is such a vast fucking like
Yeah, and it gets
medium,
annoying
right?
when Umineko, right? Umineko is like
Yeah.
is what we call a sound novel or a kinetic novel.
Kinetic novel, yeah.
Because there is no choices. But then Naretsu, in like the second to last game, you can suddenly have options to choose from. So is Umineko is a kinetic novel series. Kinetic novel series. Right until the end, and then suddenly you can pick choices or something. I didn't play that far. I said play, right? Even though it's just clicking forward.
Yes, yeah, and that like I said, that kind of gets into what I'm saying, right? Is it's I feel like Gun and Ball guy, right? Gun and Ball man, he's kind of been very reductive in how he's presenting this idea, right? Of your games are like one track, no choices, stuck in cutscenes, no actual gameplay. Meanwhile, my Madden, FIFA, basketball, NFL, whatever, fucking I don't fucking NBA, 2K, whatever, right? Or the real games because it's gameplay focused, right? Like full on. No, like I don't know if there's story in 2K or whatever, but like like this, but I get the point he's trying to make, but I don't agree with how reductive it is, right? Because again, it really is case by case on what games fit that like narrow definition. Because I wouldn't say like Spider-Man, like to use because obviously this guy and the video man likes Spider-Man, obviously because his avatar is Spider-Man, right? Spider-Man is a narrative game that has a set narrative. You go through the missions. You do side missions here and there, but it is still a linear, right, beginning to end style narrative game, right? At least from what I understand. So, but the thing is that it does have a gameplay loop. It does have actual gameplay. So even though you are watching cutscenes or whatever in between gameplay segments, I wouldn't really classify that in the same category as something like mixtape, right? So
yeah, and everybody's except us. We talk in excessive detail, obscene amount of excessive detail. But these two people here don't really talk in much detail in specific definitions. So it makes it a little bit hard to sparse the exact arguments because I'll always defend the dude bros, the ball and gun gamers for playing that game they enjoy, even though it's a gambling machine, I suppose. Well, no, actually not. I would rather.
Give me shit. You give me shit for my gotcha games.
Nah, I'm trying to change my mind. I kind of would erase all the ball games for being slot machines, but the gun games are okay.
The gun games are fine. It's just the ball games.
Yeah, they're not. You can't save those. I'm sorry.
They don't have to. That's the thing is they don't have to be a problem. Like if they just didn't fucking.
Yeah.
But anyway, we're almost done. We've got like 3 minutes left, so let's see what our video man has to say in response.
Bro really just sat here and said with his whole chest, y'all be playing on monitors with your headphones on and calling me ass because I play on the TV. Bro, I promise you, if you play on your couch and your TV in your living room, I promise you any Comp 2K player is really frying your shit. And that's not even a hard game when it comes to the competitive games tier
What
list.
is he talking about?
If you see this
I have no idea. It's like something to do with fucking TV, playing on TV versus on a computer or whatever. I don't fucking
video. I don't even know if the 2K that I have has the servers up. I think I got like 2K24 because it was game shared to me. Besides the point, bro, I will genuinely fry your shit in that game, and I have not played it in years. You come play in a high elo Marvel Rivals lobby, I promise you're on the other team, you're getting dog walked. Like, you're getting fucking dropped off. And he was also talking about Rainbow Six Siege. I promise you, bro, is straight ass at Siege if he's out there playing on his couch and his big ass TV with all that.
Who really gives a shit?
I don't think the TV was really a big part of the argument.
Yeah, really, yeah, not particularly. Like yeah, I don't.
Because I play, I have 4 monitors, Nuretsu, Super Gamer, although 4 monitors doesn't really help with your gaming. Besides the point, I have 4 monitors, Nuretsu. Ooh, I'm Super Gamer. I have a Switch dock at my PC desk for when I want to listen to podcast while playing Switch with no ads, because I have ad block on the PC, right? But when I feel like playing on the big TV, I bring my Switch and place it in this other dock at the couch TV, and I play on the big screen. So
see, I was gonna be playing Infield on the TV, but my Steam Link is a little bit wonk. I was getting like connection thing. I think I need to like get a better modem. I think my modem's a bit, because my modem is actually really, really fucking old. I should get a new modem so I can get better like output speeds on my internet, better Wi-Fi as well, etc., etc. So I kind of I don't, like it depends, right, on like what you like, how you're feeling. Like, you don't have to be like. Again, it's like, why does it matter? It doesn't fucking matter. Like, people can play on whatever.
I don't even know
want,
that
right?
playing on TV really helps you with your gaming skills. If it doesn't,
well, it probably does. Like, again, it's like whatever. It's like,
it's not part of an argument in any way. Why is he so focused on it?
Input lag. I promise you he's ass. Even Fortnite, bro. We can load up Fortnite. Mind you, I'm watched this fucking that game, and I promise you I'll still fry your shit. And then you want to talk about cutscenes, like, it really depends what game you're playing. Like, people say this about PlayStation exclusives, like, oh, there's so many cutscenes and you're barely playing a game, blah, blah, blah. It's like, most literally for majority of PlayStation's exclusive games, it's like 30% cutscenes and 70% gameplay. I've gone over that so many times in so many different videos, but it's besides the point. There's a lot of single player games that aren't story focused. I've already mentioned a lot of them in this video. And listen, I'm not even saying that ball and gun gamers, like people that literally only play like 2K or GTA 5, Madden, you know, just sports games in general, or Call of Duty. It's like, bro, I'm not even saying that you're any less like you have the right to be like, yeah, I like games, I enjoy playing video games and things of that nature, blah blah blah. But you can't sit here and diminish single player games just because you think you're I don't even know what this guy thinks he is, because he probably thinks he's tough at like these games that he's talking about, and I guarantee he's not. But like, you can enjoy those games as much as you want.
Doesn't matter if he thinks he's tough.
Yeah,
it turns into like a weird, no, I am better than you.
Yeah, it's some internet tough guy shit. I really don't give a fuck.
To be honest, right? The ball gun guy. I kind of feel that he made the video out of this, you know, the frustration of being called, oh, a dumb ball gun gamer, right? Oh, you're just a simpleton, ignorant, stupid gamer that only does ball gun. That's all you know, right? So he made this kind of defensive, no you video. But the response is not to go, oh, no, you back. That's not.
Yeah. Well, again, that's like it seems like a silly fucking thing to get kind of tilted about, I guess. But anyway, almost there.
Problem with these bowling players, and not just this guy, but it's this whole type of like community, which mind you makes up the majority. Like, if you look at like the PlayStation sales numbers or like sales numbers for consoles, majority of the games that are bought, you know, it's sports.
Well, we'll see about that when now there's no discs. We'll see about that.
Yeah, I kind of wonder if all those sports games will be bought as much when there's no discs anymore.
I'm sure they will. I'm sure
Yeah.
they will, but again, I'm not 100 on the like whatever. It is interesting, like looking at the PlayStation Store top 25 US, so it's like US sellers, and yeah, it's kind of what you'd expect. NBA, Fortnite, MLB, the show. I don't know what that is.
That's another sports game.
Call of Duty, Starfield. Funnily enough, so this must have been when Starfield came out.
Top 25 bestsellers from 20.
It's hard to see when the videos pause, but there's a date in like the top.
Yeah, it's April 14th.
April 2025.
6.
Oh, okay. Well, okay. I guess they do be buying Starfield then. Okay. I guess.
Kind of funny that 12% of all sales on PlayStation comes from a Microsoft.
Yeah, that is actually kind of fucking funny. Yeah. But no, it's you got Genshin Impact on there. You got War Thunder new. Look at that, War Thunder. Hell yeah, coming in clutch. Top number 25.
Oh, there, the
at
bottom.
The very bottom.
Yeah. Oh, that's how it works.
It's new at number 25.
Oh, this is like bestsellers per day.
I think so. I don't know. But it's interesting. But anyhow, let's finish.
Call of Duty is GTA. Like that's where most of the money is going on these stores. And I should have like some type of chart showing that on the screen if I found it. But you can fact check it if I don't have
I'm
it
just
on the
going
screen.
to call it out real quick. That chart is terrible. If you're going to have 1 day's statistics to prove no, show for the whole year, for the whole quarter.
Yeah, you'd probably want a whole year. Yeah, you'd probably want a whole quarter or a year. Yeah.
This chart doesn't tell me anything. It's useless information.
Besides the point, like, it really be these same type of people talking about, oh, there's no games to play. Oh, gaming is so dead. And mind you, that like the only games they play is sports games in Call of Duty and GTA. And if single player games aren't for you, bro, that's fine. Like again, that's your choice. That's not your preference. It's whatever. But don't sit here and say there's no games to play just because you won't expand your horizons. And don't sit here and say the single player games are ass just because you don't like them. And mind you, it's people like this that are the reason why Call of Duty games aren't.
Did he say that there's no good games to play?
I think he's just talking about in general, because I have seen that sentiment from the Gun and Ball people.
Yeah, we covered like a couple of them. We didn't call them as such.
We kind of talked. We also kind of talked about that earlier when we were talking about like Game Awards shit, right? Like, there's just people that are like, oh, none of these are good. Like, there's no games. It's just no, and it's like, yeah, you only play like Gun and Ball or whatever. And,
yeah, but you know,
but those people exist, right? To be fair, right? They exist. Maybe not necessarily this guy. You didn't really indicate anything like that.
Yeah, but I you know me. When we do these videos, I like to focus on the argument that is made in the video, and I don't really care much about what other people who may or may not be similar to the guy we're talking about or the video we're talking about. What they do. I'm kind of more focused on what this guy is saying. And the guy, the ball gun guy in this video has not mentioned that there are no good games. So I'm not going to accuse him of saying that he believes that there are no good games. So I'm going to say, Video Man, you're wrong. You're making like assumptions. We have no evidence. You have not presented any evidence that ball gun guy thinks that there are no good games. So
right. Let's finish up. We got like a minute left, and then we could quickly talk about it because I don't think we have a whole lot to talk about.
Thing worse. It's people like this that are the reason there's a 2K26, a 2K27, a 2K28, a 2K12, a 2K13. Like, there's a reason these games get made every single year, and it's because of boneheads like this, who deadass sit here and drop $90 on these games, probably even more, every single year to play the same fucking...
He's going a bit off. He's kind of crashing out at the moment.
A little bit. Like, because I can see, like, there is validity, but there is validity to... Yeah, these games keep getting made because there's a market for them,
yeah,
right?
But the yearly release is not a problem. You know, right? So it would be nice to have like a Zelda every year, a Metroid, a Final
Well,
Fantasy,
the thing you
whatever
have to
game.
ask yourself, the thing you have to ask yourself though, Ali, is would you want that if it meant that the quality of those games would suffer?
Yeah,
Because that's
but that's
kind of the problem. And something to keep in mind in that discussion is, like, if we're going to use Call of Duty as an example, like, I don't know with the 2K games or whatever, but in Call of Duty, that there's a reason they have like 3 different studios that they cycle through each like year, right? Like, so while one studio's working on one of the games,
yeah, I wasn't like I
the
forget
other
the
studio's
names.
game comes out, and then they cycle them every, like, yeah, so there's like it's more like a 3-year cycle and not a like 1-year cycle
Yeah,
in
but
terms of
the
dev
thing
time.
is that I don't really feel that like the yearly release of 2K has any real relationship to the games being bad, or their great downfall, because every time I do hear that the next game is a little bit worse than the
Well,
previous year.
the,
But
yeah, the, yeah, the
but
more, yeah,
also,
more of
Ratsu,
the,
I
yeah.
can we don't have to compromise on quality if we instead compromise on scale, on fidelity, because the game can be excellent in 8-bit pixels. We
Well, like
don't.
I said, I'm unfamiliar with the
Yeah, but
sports or
this
whatever.
is what I kind of
But
mean
I
by
don't.
him crashing out. He's making from the reason why these games are bad, or whatever, is because they come out yearly. But that is not really the whole
Well,
story. We had
well,
games that came. We had game series that came out yearly, and they were all good. But now they're
well, we've
bad.
also had game series that's tried to come out yearly and crashed and burned. It wasn't one of the whole things with Assassin's Creed that they tried to make that a yearly franchise and it fucking
Yeah, but they
went
made
to
it
shit.
like a year. They made it yearly at the. They traded like a yearly schedule in exchange for quality, right?
Yeah, which is but here's the thing. That's the argument, though. Like, the argument is that these, like, okay, let me try and like steelman the position, right? I'm gonna try and steelman the position. So I don't like this is not me stating my opinion, just to be clear, right? This is me trying to like steelman the argument for the counter, right? The argument is that the NBA whatever 2K fucking sports ball game, right, is
Yeah.
bad because each year they pump out another one, but they don't actually add any real improvements or content to the release, right? It's a rehash of the same game, maybe adding like new microtransactions, new skins, new whatever, right? On top of the just the same template, right? And then the old game ends up getting abandoned or shut down or whatever, and then people just play the new one until the next one comes out, and then the same people just keep buying it, right? And the guy's argument is that the reason that these games are bad and that they keep coming out every year is because the market is demanding them, right? They keep buying the same thing over and over, so there's no incentive on the developer's side to actually innovate or make changes or fix certain things, right? Because why would they need to do that when the market's already there? They're already making profits. They continue to make profits. The number keeps going up, right?
Yeah. So
That's what the argument actually is. Now, I will agree. Now, this is me switching from Steelman to me, right? I do think that our boy here is not making that argument very succinctly, and he is crashing out a bit. But from what I gather, trying to be as good faith and steelman-y as possible, that is what he's trying to get at. Is
Yeah.
that the
And
So there you go. I'll let you respond to that, and then we'll.
Yeah. I suppose. Yeah. When we would talk to him and say, "Hey, guy, you're cutting you're kind of crashing out at this moment. Your argument shouldn't your argument actually what kind of what you're more describing, that they let the quality suffer in exchange for hitting a yearly release, but that the yearly release is not an issue in and of itself. It's just that they traded, instead of they traded the quality instead of like fidelity or something, right? Something.
Well, I don't even think it's like trading the quality for quantity. It's more there's no incentive, right?
And
Like
I
there's
kind
no
of
yeah.
slightly disagree in a
Mm.
sense, but this is more of course, the attitude of the studio, of the people that making the game, because Naruto, Pokemon, right? Pokemon, huge game, every single year. Doesn't really matter how buggy the previous game is. The next game is still the best-selling game of all time. But the funny thing is, Naruto, is that Pokemon does improve every time. It does. That's kind of the funny thing, that Pokemon does do new things, introduces new things, and does improve over time, even though it's the best selling game of the year. Every year there's a Pokemon game. So I'm not. No, yes, it's mostly true, but it doesn't have to be that way. Studios can choose to improve their game, even though they know it's going to sell as the best. It will be the best selling game of the year, regardless what they do. Well, man, that were my 2 points.
All right. Well, he's got half a minute left, so.
Every year. You want to know why I could tell you I could hop on 2K and fry your shit even though I haven't played since like maybe 2K23?
He's mentioned it like 5
it's because
times.
The game is
Who
the
cares
fucking
if
same
you can beat
thing
him?
every year, and then you want to talk about story games are trash because you play against AI. Like, what are you talking about? By that logic, every Call of Duty campaign sucks. By that logic, every Call of Duty zombie sucks. Left 4 Dead 2 is just straight ass. Like, these types of people are just so stupid, just to put it frank, and game developers should never listen to them. Well, maybe I shouldn't say that because they do make up majority of the gaming space, but like it's a sad thing. That's really what I'm getting at. It's just sad. But yeah, that's all I really have to say in this video. Thank you all for watching, and yeah, let me know what you think in the comments.
Somebody who's
No, stop. Okay, I don't know.
Oh,
I tried to pause it right at the end, and it ended and refreshed. Fucking right at the end.
Oh, so, I have to play it again.
Yeah, that was. Yeah. So my like, really, the two retards fighting meme image is kind of the only fucking, like, that's kind of where I'm at with this. Like, I think that both of them are not really fucking. I mean, like the ball and gun guy, right? I kind of get it, right? Yeah, if that's what you're into, that's what you're into. I can understand. Like, I think his biggest sin is he's being too generalist, right? And he's not actually. Yeah, he's not actually talking about things in Pacifics, right? Because that's his big thing, and then Video Man's big problem is he's just kind of having a bit of a crash out, right?
He's being a bit of a tribal, no you.
A little bit, yeah. And that's really my main, like, closing statement thoughts here, is that, yeah, he's kind of he's being a bit tribal, no you, and a little bit kind of,
oh, big gorilla, I am going to beat you. Ooh, I'm so good at games.
Debate me, one IRL internet tough guy kind of shit, right? Which I don't think is particularly helpful in this instance. But at the end of it, like, I agree with Video Man probably a little bit more than I agree with Gun and Ball Man. But it's
I'm kind of feeling I'm feeling a little bit like that the ball and gun gamers have been derised, discriminated against even, and this is kind of a not. This is not not really a crash out, but more of a lash out. Like, oh, all of you are saying that my ball games are trash. Well, no, your stories are trash for all these not very good reasons. And I can only say from, man, I get it, man. You're being made fun of.
It's like I was saying earlier. Like, I do think that the ball and gunners do get a bit of a fucking raw deal, especially from the people that are eternally in fucking high school, right?
Yeah.
But I don't. In saying that, I think it is fair to criticize the ball and gun, especially the ball side of it,
Oh
The
yeah,
gun side
absolutely.
of it a little bit less than the ball side of it, but the ball side of it definitely should be criticized. Because at the end of the day, like, it's almost sad because it's this guy that's getting fleeced, right? This is the guy that's getting his money, like, he's spending all this money on FIFA or NBA or whatever, right? He's the guy getting, like, scammed, right? His money taken by the casino, right? He's the man that's like, I feel more sorry, right? That this is what you're like having to put up with when you just want to have a cool basketball game, right?
Yeah.
You know, you want to have your fun basketball game that you play with your mates online, you play with randos online, right? And you have to deal with like shit that's even more predatory than the gotcha games that I play. Right? Right? Like
Yeah.
shit that's even more fucking like casino, right? Um like I feel a little bit of sympathy there for the gun and ball people, I guess I should say. Um but at the same time, it's like again, they are the ones that are deciding their market, right? They keep buying it. They keep buying the microtransactions. They keep signaling to the companies that this is okay. Keep putting the slop on the fucking trough, right?
I don't.
Keep
I mean,
filling the trough with the slop, right?
this is all about the market dynamics and all that stuff, right? Because this guy, maybe we don't know, but let's paint him like as a saint right now, right? Ball guy here is a saint. He wants better games. He looks at the ball games and says, "Oh, tragedy! How have fallen the great, but I still see the good in them. But only if only they would be released from all these sinful clutches of greed." Um, Maybe those clutches of greed are put in because less people are buying it, so they need to extract more gambling money out of them as less people are buying it. Because I do hear, I do feel that even though they're sold pretty well, that it's kind of more of a gotcha whale catching affair going on. So they might be becoming more predatory as less people buy it in that kind of a vicious cycle. And he might not engage with all that gambling gotcha stuff. He wants just to have a good game, but he's kind of forced to to push all the gambling aside to play his fun ball game. We don't know if he's a massive gambling addict that puts all the money towards the player cards and the SSRs.
Yeah. But anyway, I guess we can switch into
but,
not a lot of anime to talk about because this week's been pretty fucking dry. Kind of because we're in that sort of transition week, right? Where everything kind of starts up kind of today, actually. Like today is sort of like the start.
Today is like Mushoku Tensei and
which we'll talk about next week because I obviously
three episodes will be done.
I went to sleep. I tried to go to sleep literally.
I
when
told
those episodes
him,
dropped,
"Don't be so lazy,"
No.
but then he
Shut
went to
up.
sleep.
Shut up. Okay, so before we talk about Needy Girl and Yama Yama,
Let me
because
forget.
those are like
Let me see which.
those are like the two. Those are like the two that I can like actually talk about, and then I'll probably do stuff. I do want to mention Chainsmoker Cat. I haven't watched it yet, right? I haven't watched Chainsmoker Cat yet. You sort out you sort out your posters while I talk about kind of internet stuff, right? Bullshit. Okay. Well, because I thought Chainsmoker Cat because it's apparently on Netflix, but I didn't think it was on New Zealand Netflix. But then I just fucking like clicked on the thing from the site, the fucking live chart, and it actually linked to it. So I guess it is on New Zealand Netflix. So I will possibly start watching it then. From what I've seen of it, it looks all right. But I can see people being really fucking annoying about it. If that makes sense.
Maybe
right?
the only thing I really saw of it, besides some out of context clips, is that that they are dissecting the OP because the OP is like Chainsaw Man.
The OP is Chainsaw Man, where it's like different
A
movie
billion
references.
reference to a billion movies, just kind of just like Chainsaw Man was just not tracing, but animating your characters over the scenes and actions of movies. And
yeah, there's like a thing on Twitter that you can watch that like shows all of the different references and stuff. And that actually kind of leads into my internet musings a little bit, because it's like a signifier for pretentiousness, right? And it's not the show. Let me preface here: not the show's fault, not the actual like series fault, right? But I can see like those kinds of people that are really obnoxious about shit getting attached to this and changing their avatars and being like, it's literally me, girl failure, ha 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 ha, right? Type behavior, right? I could see it possibly happening. But I might, like I said, I might pick it up. I had it on considering from the thing. We'll see how we kind of go. I will, since it's on the screen right now, I can talk about the Exorcism show. Did you catch the Exorcism show? Did you watch the? Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. We're gonna show off. Yeah, here we go. Yeah, there was some train spotting. Yeah, Blade Runner, Constantine, Joker. Yeah. You got Leon going on. Yeah, so it's very similar to the Chainsaw Man OP. Don't know if it's the same director. Might be the same director, but I think one of the problems though is with the Chainsaw Man example. That was because the author of Chainsaw Man is like a movie cinemaphile, right? Like he's a big movie guy, so it kind of made sense in that case that you would have a lot of movie references in your in the OP for Chainsaw Man, because it kind of ties into the author's preferences. In this case, I don't know. In this case, I'm not 100. I don't know if it's. Yeah. I wonder if Oh no. Like I said, I'm not criticizing the show. I think it's fine, right? I it's creative. I like it. It's cool. I'm more talking about, dumb internet drama bullshit, right? Like dumb fucking dumb people being fucking retarded about it and being, oh, it's so deep and cool and oh man, it's so, oh man, those are kind of like behaviors. It's fucking dumb fuck behavior. I'm trying to find the director. So give me a second. Okay, producer. Can I see more staff? Who's directing this? Producer, director. Here we go. Right. Did he? Oh, okay. He worked on Frere as an episode director for episode 17. No Game, No Life, production consultant. Did storyboarding for Dan to Dan season 2. Yeah, he's been around. I just wanted to see if he worked on the Chainsaw Man, because again, that would make sense. Doesn't seem like he did. Could do too. Yeah, could do too. But anywho, back to Exorcism, Dick Man. So I watched that. Don't know if did you pick that up after? So it's pretty fucking funny. it's pretty fucking funny. So it's 12-minute eps, but it seems like it's being released with like the short show tacked, so it's like still 24 minutes, but it's like the short show tacked on the end. I actually kind of liked the short show. I actually kind of liked it. I did think it was funny how like he's fucking the ghost and he is animated like a fucking PNG getting dragged by fucking like in paint.net, and then the girl is like actually animated. I thought that was pretty fucking funny. No, I thought it was funny. It's funny. Well, it would be. I would say it would have been cheap if it was like both of them were animated like shit, but because it was just him, I wonder if it's a deliberate thing. Right? It's just like, yeah, fuck animating the guy. That costs too much money. We got to animate the girl. That's where the money's at. We got to make sure the girl's titties are moving properly. But fuck the guy. He's gonna be a PNG that we slide across the screen. Fucking great. Yeah. Yeah. Hmm. Well, based on like the first episode, it seems like it's more going to be less that they're sexy and more that this man is going to fuck the shit out of and exercise the shit out of them. Even if they have no bottom half, he's gonna fucking ASMR lick the ears, and that's like, yes, the ears are connected to the genitals, and you can I'll help you find your lower half by licking your ears. Fucking. It was like I get where you're coming from with like it being a bit meh, but like I think again I have a bit more of a tolerance for this kind of thing because of the ecchi stuff, right? Like I'm a bit more forgiving, I guess. Like I feel like I got to give it like another couple of episodes, right? If I start like not feeling it after like another couple of episodes, I'll probably agree with you, right? But based on this first episode, not talking about the short show right now, just the actual show. Like I felt that it was I can see the low qualityness of it. It actually reminded me a lot of the Dark Elf show from a few seasons ago. I actually looked it up to see if it was the same studio. I don't think it is, because that also did the same thing where it was kind of like a short show, but it had like the like the chibi thing tacked on the end, right? Same kind of format. So it could also just be maybe that's like the publisher or whoever's picked it up, right? And is how they release it, right? I don't know, but I will talk about the short show though, because that shit was fucking funny. that shit was actually fucking funny. I actually got a few laughs out of that. Oh yeah, ED was alright. Yeah, ED was alright. Yeah, it was alright.
Was right. Damn, that's a shame. That's my
Oh
fault. I thought I was
no!
muting the cat anime, but I muted myself instead.
I've been schizophrenic. Yeah, I've been
Oh
schizophrenic.
damn!
Doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. But anyway,
It's
no,
annoying,
going on to
though.
the short show. The short show was actually pretty funny. The little chibi short show was actually really funny. Because
Yeah,
essentially, like you had, so in the first episode, it's Mary, right? Who's like,
yeah.
oh, she comes up behind, I am Mary. I am, hello, right? And comes up behind you and like kills you or whatever. And that essentially the setup is they're at like a bar right? And the main girl is like hosting the bar, and Mary comes in and she gets like drunk and is just complaining about the fact that she didn't get a lot of screen time. just like no one really got to know me.
Yeah, I mean, I get we have to introduce the main character, and that makes me disposable.
Yeah.
But still, give me
I
staff. I'm
give me
standing
more
behind
screen
you.
time. Yeah, I wanted more screen time, and then she turns into a watermelon.
I don't know what that myth, wordplay, maybe. I don't
Yeah,
know
I
what
don't know.
that's
Yeah,
about.
there's probably some Japanese weird fucking culture thing with that. I don't know. Like, it's very like out of left field. The watermelon thing. I'm not 100 on that. It was still funny though. I thought it was quite funny. Name of the show? Shit. What was it? It's like
Kamui. There's also more names.
Kamuri. He's behind you. Or Yusuro no Shoman Kami-san or something. I'll just
That's that's kind of funny though. The Japanese is kind of a he's behind
there
you.
you
It's
go.
more of in the sense of a ghost, like, ooh, and
Yeah,
the
well, that's
ghost
like
is behind you.
the general gag setup for the show is she is like the bait for the ghost, and then he comes up behind the ghost in the way that a ghost would come up behind someone, and then he fucks the shit out of the ghost and exercises them with his dick, right?
Yeah.
And it's like, I liked the, I know we're kind of getting distracted, but I liked it's not like we have a lot of anime to talk about today anyway. I liked the explanation of like, oh, ghosts fear sex or like get exercised by sex because sex is like the creation of life, right? So having sex with the ghosts exercises them because it's using the power of life. It's fucking great. And the bit, so yeah, I don't know. I think the show's got some charm points. Back to the short show though. The second half of the short show was like deathmatch between the two ghosts. We had like the girl that had been cut in half, and Mary. And Mary is like, "Yay, more screen time! I get more screen time! Woohoo!" Fucking funny.
And many jokes to be had, and
Yeah,
nobody knows what they're really doing, and they go, "Oh, I guess you win, I suppose."
Yeah. But it's funnier when you watch it. We're not going to go through like play by play and explain.
Absolutely
the jokes,
not. It's kind of random nonsense.
But so far, first episode, I'm down. We'll see if we can because again, it's one of those things where it might end up getting boring. Because I remember that happened to me in Dark Elf, right? I did finish Dark Elf, but Dark Elf got boring kind of quick because it just ended up being the same gag, right? And I got kind of bored of it. So we'll see. But this has been funny. Like I said, the short show part of it did get some chuckles out of me. So that was. So anyway, what have you got on your little? We can't do Mashoko Tensei yet because that's next week. Because I'll be watching that tonight probably, and I'll watch it.
So let's finish my own crash out with
your crash out,
the Exiled
about
Heavy Knight, blah 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 blah.
Your European house crash out.
So the only reason I started watching the show because I had this as a massive skip when I was going through when we were going through the list is that I saw the ED, and the ED had already massive Gohan vibes. It wasn't, rotating all around as Gohan's animates, but it had Gohan's vibes, hair in particular. But then I looked at the buildings, and it was like, why does that have like that Amsterdam beam sticking out of the house at the very top to load cargo, into the attic? But the street is like French. Well, it has a beam, but the streets are French. That bridge over there looks kind of British. What's going on here? So watch the first episode, and oh boy, it's Gohans with so much flipping
crazy,
and spinning
crazy
and
camera angles and over animated here, and fucking like
characters that
he was showing me clips from Twitter or whatever. And it's one thing about Gohan's is that's really weird to me is like it's not badly like it's the animation isn't. It's not the technicality of it that's bad, if that makes sense, right?
it's kind of
Like
feels like they kind of animate the. I mean, of course they do, but they kind of
yeah, well, they animate.
No.
The anime.
I was going to say. I was going to finish the sentence later, though.
Yeah.
It kind of feels like they animate the character moving around all crazy, and then decide to fit the camera in afterwards or something. The environment they really do the spinning around of the character of the space.
Yeah.
Completely independent feels like of the
mentioned
character
this.
motions.
I mentioned this when you were crashing out before the stream that it almost feels like the characters are not a part of the world, right?
Yeah.
It's like they copy and pasted the character into like a 3D environment, and it doesn't really fit. Which is weird because usually it's the opposite. Usually it's like a 3D character in a 2D environment, right? In anime, but in this case it's like the opposite. And yeah, but anyway,
It's also not.
I'm gonna
Also,
you keep crashing out about your European architecture. I'm gonna take a piss.
Yeah, also it's not like that the environments are that amazing, because they also look like PlayStation 1.5 environments. They looked particularly low poly, like not even low poly, just low res. All the buildings look very flat. If you think that that Pokemon ZA game looked bad with the flat textures on buildings, oh boy, I have a show for you. Also, it loves spinning around, and I suppose to be nice, the actual show itself, it's alright. Guy is part of a noble family thing, and they have a thing that says, oh, do this thing and your class will be revealed. And it's revealed that this guy is a heavy knight. And then he goes, yes, I'm a heavy knight. And then the father said,
he's a heavy knight man.
and then the
Does
father
heavy
said,
knight things.
no, son, you misspoke. You said you were a sword master. And then he said, but no, father, the heavy knight is an amazing class. That it's so great to be a heavy knight. And the father goes, shut your fucking mouth, you loser son. You're trash to me now. And there's some weird... the guy is semi-reincarnated in this world and knows that heavy knight is a hard class to start out with, but it becomes completely OP later on, blah 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 blah.
Becomes pure Kino.
Yeah. So, well, but of course the society doesn't know that the heavy knight is a super OP class when you spec it correctly. So it's a kind of a video game turned real isekai reincarnation story. And so the son is disowned on the spot, and the spinny woman you see, you saw Naretsu. She's like from a branch family, and she is classed as to be a sword master. And then the father goes, I always knew you were a true member of the royal.
You're my true son.
I am girl. I declare, you are now my heir, my pride,
my true heir. Yeah.
Carrying, you're now the carrier of my bloodline. Son, get out. Get out of the house. Onto the streets. And, of course, the first episode ends with kind of a small, kind of, from, if you do this, if you get this skill, then, that is the first step to be massively overpowered with this considered to be
But
weak class.
I assume you're not continuing. I assume we're not gonna have.
I give it like one more episode. I don't think I'll.
All right.
Just
all
for
right.
the just to see how many spins,
There we go.
because I know Gohans like to spin, but I never watched
they
like
spin you right. They spin you right round like a record. They spin you right round.
The last Gohan stuff I saw, properly was Seitokai no Yakuindo wo, like the ecchi 4 comedy anime, and they didn't spin around.
Yeah, I do.
So I'm kind of wondering that Gohans is so notoriously for spinning, but I never really watched like a whole episode of it. So I'm kind of curious how much spinning can they actually spin.
Well, we'll keep us posted.
That's my plan.
So you've got two other ones here. You've got I don't know. You
yes.
pick one
So
I
can talk quickly about dancing. Naretsu, dancing. The world is dancing. I kind of at minimum Naretsu, you should watch the OP.
Oh yeah.
Because a lot of what is in the OP is also in the show itself. And it does some really, really neat, super highly experimental expression animation. Just all lines fade. It becomes a wash of movement across the screen. Where rules are broken and all you see is movement. And the show is about dancing, and when you dance, when you watch somebody dancing, the whole world can change, and it is done very convincingly in changing the anime style so much that it becomes something completely different. Like I said, it just becomes an expression of movement on the screen. Very impressive. Unfortunately, I don't really feel hooked by the premise of the show itself. I just have a very, very deep appreciation of what they do with the animation.
You respect the artistry of it.
I very much respect the artistry. I would send you clips of the very, very neat animation they do. But like I said, I don't really feel the hook in the animation, the motivation of the characters themselves. Maybe I should give it like another episode or two, but that's my feeling of it in the moment. And I didn't get around with the Frontier Lord with no subjects, but probably a wife and child by the end of the season.
Moving on, because I've got two to cap off, and then I actually don't have anything else because, like I said, it's been a dry week because everything's starting up.
I should put Needy Girl back because I think I deleted it when I did all the posters.
Yeah, I need Yama and Needy Girl, and that's it. That's all I need.
Yama? You mean the demons? Or?
Yama Sensei, yeah.
Yowa.
I can't fucking say it right. Yeah, I need both of them. I'll let you work on that. Because like I said, everything's kind of starting up like today and tomorrow. Like I think Demons comes back. Nanoha is today, I believe. Beat Breaks today. The Little Mermaid one's tomorrow.
Needy's back
Livid
on
Lady's
the menu.
Guide to Getting Even is Tuesday. Like, yeah, there's a lot. Like, unlike last season, like where everything was kind of front loaded on the weekend, there's a bit more spread out. Right now in terms of the shows. So I will, so we'll have more to kind of talk about in the next week, I would say. But this week has just been kind of like, everything's ending. Like the final ones are ending. Everything's kind of starting up. Oh man, my sinuses are fucking killing me. Jesus Christ.
Nice otaku show was over, right? I can have it be gone.
Nice otaku show is over. I don't know about you and your
I
the
can
show, but
quickly.
I'll
I think I kind of get over it because it was the case last episode, right? That childhood friends confess to each other. The boy girl on left and right now knows that boy on the side likes the girl on the side. She's massively conflicted. She kind of felt like it was a betrayal of friendship because it meant that their friendship was fake if he likes her romantically. Which is kind of a I would almost call like that's an opinion you can have. I don't really
yeah, that's a nice opinion you have there.
Yeah. I mean, I kind of get it though, right? It's on the kind of. I don't feel it's necessarily fair, but it's an understandable feeling to have. There's a lot more of tensions brewing, of kind of social schemes, social pressures being put on, expectations being put on, with our main character in particular. But this season ends for now with the guy on the side and the girl on the side. He sees that she didn't like him. She didn't like him back. So his confession was a failure, which he already kind of semi, what he already kind of semi accepted. But now he goes from all right, cool, you don't like me, all right, that's cool. But then she, in this last scene, is still now very, very sad, crying. That's there's still something lost here. So that's a sad and that's a sad moment to end the show on. I do feel, Naretsu, that they will eventually get together. But there will be a lot of drama in between where he is now giving up and she's now developing feelings and she will now be the one who has to confess.
Oh no!
Meanwhile, while girl on the side still thinks that our main character in the middle is still liking the boy that confessed to her and blah 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 blah. I think it will stay confusing and complicated for a bit. Just for end of season remarks. Very good show. Very believable dynamics. There was never a kind of a fake reset. Yeah, kind of a you remember the harem shows of Yonder, where at the end of the season the relationship had to reset, otherwise they would progress and end the harem tension, right? None of that. There is a continuous steady progress towards slowly more understanding and or more fraught relationship changes as the story goes on. More characters are getting pulled into the dynamics, more relationships and perspectives and what assumptions you need to be keep track of for each character. All good stuff. Main character also very funny. And also I just appreciate that the boy on top, who was the absolute villain, the scum of the earth in like the episode 2, is now still is the saddest boy in the whole show for continually thinking that the girl that he likes doesn't like her back and is avoiding her, but then she's being nice for a moment and then he gets all hopeful again, but she is not comfortable with expressing much emotion, so she starts kind of semi ignoring and avoiding him again, and then he becomes a sad boy again. It's almost kind of, in another perspective, our main character is completely leading the boy on just giving him false hope all the time. And that's the kind of the fun of the show, that the characters are being fairly reasonable all the time, but still you have all these tensions and fun things.
Right. Okay. What do I want to do first? I guess I'll do Yama Yama or whatever. It's good. It's good. It ends on kind of a school sports festival type thing where Yama Yama is trying to help the class win the jump rope competition so they can get free all-you-can-eat barbecue. But obviously, because Yama Yama can't fucking do physical shit for shit, they go through like all these different things where it's like, oh, why don't you try doing it in a bikini, because then there's less clothing and then you'll be less heavy. So you can fucking do stuff. And so yeah, it goes through some typical ecchi related stuff, and it sort of ends on, oh, Yama Yama has a sister. The sister might be a next season thing. Oh boy. Oh boy. So I guess I'll kind of like, all up, pretty solid ecchi. Really good. You had some pretty good moments, some pretty funny gags. Characters are all pretty likable. The overall sort of like story is good. You get full on nips, right? Which is good. It's good to have nips in your anime. Overall, like, yeah, it's just solid. It's just a solid ecchi show. I can definitely recommend it as resident perv that I am. Not too much else to say about it, but something that we might have a bit more to say about is fucking
Needy Girl Overdose. What a complete lie.
Man,
An unnecessary epilogue. Don't even bother, Naretsu. There's nothing of value here.
It kind of was. It's funny that it kind of was. It was a bit of an unnecessary epilogue, but at the same time, while it was a bit of an unnecessary epilogue, it was fine.
I just bad form, bad thing to do. Naretsu, I think it was very neat to show like a bad end at the start.
Yeah.
A bad alternative.
That was pretty wild, actually. Yeah, like where you have sort of, so for people, so for the people at home, right? What essentially happens in like the first part of the episode is you get, and I have a feeling the reason they did that is like this epilogue, especially at the very end, right, where you get like the blue screen. That's from like the game, right? Like the different endings of the game show up on the blue screen with the like, oh, you got ending for 12 of 13, the fucking normie ending or whatever, right? And I feel like this episode was kind of doing a bit of that, where here's like a few possible scenarios, right? And the first one that shows up is the bad end of K Angel, the guy, the otaku guy who gets yelled at in episode 1, right? Episode 1, you have the guy who couldn't go to the concert. He's sad, right? He puts, instead of K Angel showing up to the guy on his phone, right? K Angel's dead in the dumpster, and everyone's taking pictures of K Angel dead in the dumpster while he like walks past. And we get to see like,
yeah, but also it's just a detail. But she was actually just killed, stabbed with a knife in the chest, and left with the trash. And I cannot interpret it any other way than she was killed and then discarded with the trash. No longer needed by the world. And after that, it's like we got Lollipop, who is actually massively obese and is just
in a fighting game and just shit posting online, and you have like a bunch of guys at like the streamer house like trying to like break in,
vandalize it. They are already in the main apartment, but they are kind of knocking on the streamer room door, trying to get in. The normie girl that's Kashe.
Yeah, she gets the shit beat out of her by the boyfriend,
and then the boyfriend goes from I need you. I just
Oh,
beat
I'm
your.
such a dick. I'm such a bad man. I'm sorry.
But
Oh.
I only do this because I need you.
Yeah,
I
yeah, yeah. I've fucking heard that before.
Goth girl, Lolita Goth girl just kills herself.
Just commit suicide. Yeah, straight up.
Presumably with sleeping pills, because that's how you preserve your beauty, I suppose.
Well, there was like again, the show can be a bit confusing with the symbology, right? A little bit sometimes. It can get a little bit like we still get the scene where she's in the coffin and the sword kills
Floats
her,
and then stabs her down and comes downwards.
and you get like the music video type thing where her guts are like coming out and all this kind of stuff is going on. But then it kind of cuts to like she's in like a hospital bed, sort of, and there's like medicine.
No, that's Ame. Ame is the one who's getting her. Ame is the one who's getting her stomach pumped because she presumably overdosed on drugs and has to get her stomach pumped to get the drugs out. Also,
again, it gets confusing. Like I said,
symbolic. Also, when our tomboy is getting sagely advice from her gambling father in this bad ending scene, he could just commit suicide with no sage advice.
The ring that she wants to buy isn't there. It's gone, right?
Yeah.
And I did kind of like the way that they did it, where it's like it's almost like an analog horror kind of thing, where it like cuts, right, and then it's blurred, and then he just jumps off the thing, right, and it's so it was pretty cool. I thought it was pretty good. Yeah, it was pretty cool. And then we get kind of like more of a real epilogue, quote unquote. Like, okay, here's actually what kind of happened. So Lollipop ends up going to Europe and becoming a big brand. She makes a big brand thing.
Yeah.
Becomes really rich, and then she becomes really rich, and then she hijacks a bunch of tanks and shoots all of her money out of the tanks to the masses. Right? Very, very comrade-y of her. Very woke.
Well,
right?
she doesn't. She buys tanks to shoot money to prove that she's not in it for the money. Oh, you think I care about all this money? Let me show how much I care for all the money. Here, I'm going to buy tanks and shoot all the money I have at you. Take this.
Yeah. Which happened, and also we kind of skipped over that. Yeah, they do she's like in a movie.
But that's not a big part of her character, and
not really. No, it's just the the transitional thing that happens.
Yeah. Massively depressed.
Lolita girl becomes like a
model.
Does a lot of stuff with Lollipop.
Also does interviews,
like a fiction book. Yeah, does like a book, and also does like talking about like hey, ODing and cutting yourself is not great. You shouldn't really do that. But hey, you should like listen to people that are doing that because like that they're going through some shit. Just telling them to not do that isn't really gonna help, right?
Yeah.
Like you get and I mean, look, sound advice, right? Actually, sound advice. I'm not gonna lie. So that kind of makes sense. And then our tomboy vanishes off the face of the earth.
In search of Ame.
Yeah, in the search of Ame, yeah. Disappears. Finds Ame at the train station. They like eat some shit. Yeah, it kind of progresses from there. And then our normie girl there's a guy. Good guy.
The ramen stand guy.
The ramen stand guy, yeah. Comes in and is like, marry me. Here is a ring from Lollipop. big ring. Hell yeah.
Yeah.
And then it just kind of goes into like, happily ever after sort
also,
of stuff.
Abusive domestic violence semi-rapist guy is now a big successful musician.
Musician, yeah. Which is kind of a weird ending for that, I guess, but okay.
Well, weirder was that when in another symbolic dreamscape space, when where Ame or K-Angel is with Lollipop doing the fighting games, which Lollipop always kind of wanted just to have a friend to play games with. they're being cheered on by every other character, including
Yeah, they
Mom.
did an Evangelion. Congratulations,
But
fucking.
also the people, also part of the people who are cheering there on is the mom and rapist,
Yeah.
boyfriend of mom rapist.
It's fucking
The father, the grandma, the high school bullies that beat up Ame brutally, the boys that
Yeah.
beat up the classmate of Ame, the otaku, and of course the otaku himself. All happily.
We drew all of these characters. We're gonna get the most out of them. We're gonna get the most out of them. But yeah, no, it's yeah, it's yeah, it's a thing. And then yeah, it kind of ends. It kind of ends with K Angel sort of coming to the otaku guy and you know,
Yeah, well,
saving the otaku.
one thing that I think is neat is that they actually animated the transformation scene of the game. They never really did that, or they basically no, not really. They never did that transformation thing in the anime, and now they do it at the last episode. Hey, I know that. That's a reference to the game.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Yeah, but it ends with the lonely otaku guy from the roof. He goes home, and K Angel comes on, and then he's whisked away by K Angel from his worries and his stuff, and the credits roll as they're biking across the beach with they're talking about stuff, and I'm thinking it's like symbology of like he's watching the stream in the chat. Right?
Yeah.
Chatting with K. Like, I think that's what it's supposed to represent, but it's being extrapolated.
Accepted, connected to somebody, having anybody to connect with at all, etc., etc.
Yeah, and it does kind of like at the very, very end have a little segment where it's kind of like spoilers for the rest of your life. 3, 2, 1. You know, you need to. The only one who can find happiness is you in your own head, right? You need to like fucking.
It's also
go touch grass, basically. Go touch grass.
Yeah, the secret after credit spoiler thing is also kind of a reference in the game where there's a secret notepad file that you cannot click on because you're always blocked from watching it. Unless you do every single ending and then you can read it. I don't actually know what it says. I never really bothered getting every single ending. But then you can read more about Ame and etc. etc. That's kind of an analog of that thing. You have seen everything of the whole series, and now there's a small secret at the end that may or may not contextualize the whole thing. And the ending, the secret of the show is that this is just one. Well, it actually shows
it's like one possibility of many. Yeah, like this is one.
That's kind of what they started the episode with. Very sly of them. Yeah. They showed the bad ending at the beginning of this episode, and they end with a good ending. Also, kind of a vague metaphorical ending. And they go, "Hey, happiness is what you find by yourself. Do things," and then it does the endings. The hey, you reached an ending. Game over.
Yeah, blue screen. Yeah,
it is kind of. I don't know. It kind of felt mean somewhere where, the anime character goes, "Hey, put your hand on the screen." And she has her hand on our screen. And then we put hands on hand. And then it just goes, "Game over, a boring reality without angels." So she's not even here. Oh no, what we did was fake and not real. We're trapped here.
Again, this is kind of like, okay, because we'll kind of transition to like final thoughts here right, a little bit. This kind of gets into my whole pretentiousness angle that I felt throughout the series, where I get what it's trying to say, and I get kind of what the overall messages are here, but sometimes I feel like it jumps the shark a bit, right? Where it kind of goes a bit too full of itself and ends up kind of looping back into being just sort of like, yeah, I see what you're doing, but this is just kind of too much. right? Like it's not subtle enough, I guess, which is ironic because the whole fucking show is metaphors and symbology and subtlety and hints and that kind of thing. But sometimes, like what you're describing, right, where it's like, yeah, you put the hand on the screen and suddenly it's like, oh no, it's not. The ending is it's not real. Touch grass, right? Yeah, it's a bit on the nose, right? And that kind of loops into where I actually feel like you didn't, again, the unnecessary epilogue meme thing, right? You could have ended the show in the last episode with just fucking,
I
oh
may
yeah,
quit the internet, and everybody
yeah,
became normal.
I may quit. Everyone kind of went their own ways. K-Angel disappears from the world. There's like pseudo, like, oh yeah, there's like a temple or whatever in this like weird country or some shit, right?
Kind of Greece.
Yeah, you could have ended it there.
whatever.
Could have ended it there, and it probably would have been fine. And then this little epilogue, while it was sort of unnecessary, it was still good. Don't get me wrong, it was still fine. But that, again, it all kind of ties back. Like, I have this like weird feeling of pretentiousness about the show, right? And I can't quite articulate it properly, I feel, and I can't quite put a pin on it. But I have that vibe about it.
I won't disagree with you that it's. Well, the thing is, with pretentious, it's kind of like an air of insincerity, right? And I believe this show is completely sincere.
Yeah, I think it's sincere. Yeah, no, I think it's sincere. But maybe we have different definitions of pretentiousness, because I'm like,
yeah, but pretentiousness is kind of a wanting to show off, right?
Yeah, and it's like full of itself, right? Like it's hard to kind of define what I'm meaning about it, right? Like, pretentious is the only word I have that comes to mind, but it's not like the right word. I feel like there's something else going on here that makes me like not. It's not like I dislike it, but it's like this. It feels like it could have been better. Maybe I don't know. I have like weird thoughts about Needy Girl Overdose, right? I'm like conflicted because on the one hand, like animation wise, style wise, imagery wise, it's fucking great, right? All of the animation tricks, right? You have like the I commented a number of episodes ago about the paper doll section, right? I quite liked that. That was really well done.
The actual doll section.
The actual doll sections. You have like IRL segments, like the 3D CG looking a little bit jank, possibly as in a reference to 3D concerts looking jank in the early days, right? Like there's like a lot here that is like on an artistic level very good, right? Definitely they put a lot of work into this, right? Story and character wise, not necessarily where it falls apart for me, but I think it, because it's so esoteric and kind of like symbology driven type stuff, surreal, it kind of detracts from like the overall, because again, sometimes you don't know what's real and what's not, right? What's an event that's happening in the real world is what is a real thing that's actually happening versus what is something that is going on in a character's head, right? That's kind of a
annoying question or response to it, Naretsu, is there actually a difference?
And that's the thing, right? It's like that kind of gets to it, right? Like it's sort of, but it leaves the show feeling like a little bit schizo. Which again is probably
which is kind of the point. I feel
the point. Yeah, I know, but that's why I don't know why I don't like it. Right? Like I don't know what it is that's holding me back from saying that it's good. Right? Like there's just something about it that doesn't vibe with me. So like, because like I marked it as like a 7 on my like, because I do numerically mark everything that I watch on the live chart. Right? I did give it a 7. Right? Which is, according to live chart, that's like good, I believe. If I look at the thing, yeah, it's like good. Like 1 is atrocious, 2 is awful, 3 is bad, 4 is poor, 5 is mediocre, 6 is okay, 7 is good, 8 is great, 9 is incredible, 10 is a masterpiece, right?
Yeah.
Like, I would give it a good, right? Like, it's a good show. But it's not like there's just something holding me back from like maybe giving it a 8 or a 9, right?
Yeah,
In that
what I have been
metric.
consistently more
You've been more positive about it.
appreciative of the show.
You've been more positive about it, which is what makes the discussions around it interesting. So yeah, I'll let you yap for a bit because I'm kind of
Yeah, I'm just immediately vibed with the surreal experience of the vague definitions between you, your alter ego, the need for attention and approval, and the constant dreading of judgment and derision. That all mixed and confluenced, and that you're kind of in Ame's, like Angel's case, the so super hard forceful separation between the two of them. They're completely different characters, they different personalities, except the moments when you see Ame screaming her head off in half done makeup at trash comments from chat, getting so angry and worked up about what is being said about K Angel that it affects her as Ame, and kind of just displaying the super harsh psychological pressure that she put kind of herself under. I appreciate that we got a lot of backstory. We get a history that kind of very well explains how she became the person that she is today. That she kind of learned that how you survive is to manipulate and abuse other people. But she also grew up with a great appreciation and adoration of idol magical girl show things. So she also has kind of taken those moral lessons of goodness and saving and
it's become kind of twisted, yeah.
And that all becomes K Angel as a great ideal that Ame has for herself and the world, which she never can live up herself, and that eats her up inside. And then there is the slightly less psychologically interesting trio of the streamer trio. Still, they are all interesting in their own way. They kind of embodying kind of kind of a past, future, and present, where of life, death, and I don't know, life, death, and living. The show is kind of, I feel, self-aware enough when they go from, hey, we're doing an analogy, oh, but the analogy breaks here, oh, all right, then it doesn't work that well. When they were talking about three brothers that are going to kill each other, and they went from, well, that wouldn't that make you the eldest, but you're so small. Oh, but that part doesn't really fit you. Oh well, we are our own we are our own person. We cannot be fit perfectly in every single role. All these fun little discussions, all this about internet, identity, attention, and addiction. I kind of feel those are the big themes of the show. Maybe not as much as identity, but internet, attention, and addictions, and all the intersections in between. And also just fun characters. A funny thing to say out loud. The semi-rapist, abusive magician. Good character to have.
Ellie, musician.
Oh, sure.
You keep saying magician like he's a magic trick. Man.
Do I?
He's a magician.
Musician.
He's a musician.
Guitar player.
MU. It's like musician.
Musician.
You can't.
Musician.
Can't do it. It's so funny.
I also have my
so
full nose.
Oh, that's great. I'm sorry.
Whatever.
Alright, no, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. It's fine. I'll let you finish. I know.
Anyway, rapist.
Rapist. Yeah, the rapist.
He is a interesting character to have because, damn, he's not even bad as a person.
He's not even in the show for that long either. Like he shows up in like the first 2, 3, maybe basically 2 actually. Like he's in the first 2 episodes, and then they do the breakup, right?
And then he becomes immediately a good interview
person. Yeah. He becomes immediately a good person the moment they break up. Yeah.
You really you would really hope that he would just crash and burn and become homeless, but no, he's actually talented and damn, that's.
He was just being a bit of a lazy rapist. Yeah. Oh man.
Anyway, I have high hope. I have high praises of many of the characters, many of the scenes, many of the things they talk about, and many of these weird contradictions, but very true. Of the whole cafe scenes when they all trash talking becomes chaos and disorder all around with those sluts streaming absolutely terrible, and then they're from all right enough negativity, end of work day, childrens are now happily holding hands with mom and dad and walking out and no longer running around breaking plates and throwing glass. All good scenes, all good stuff. I highly recommend watching this show actually. Masterpiece. I don't know. I don't give scores. I'm too lazy for that. But a 9 I would give on that scale probably.
Well, like I said, it's just like I need a way to like quantify like what I'm talking about when I'm saying like it doesn't vibe with me. Like but no, I'd still recommend the watch, right? Like I still think it's worth watching. I think it is a good show. I just think for me personally, there's just something going on with it that doesn't vibe with me. Can't quite figure it out. Maybe I gotta dwell on it a bit more. But yeah.
Do we have other shows?
Right. I don't. I don't.
We don't have Demons. Wasn't there like the last episode?
No, there wasn't an episode this week.
Oh yeah, you're right.
Because of the thief, there wasn't an episode of Demons and there wasn't an episode of Digimon, so I don't have either. So we don't. Yeah, I think that's it. I don't think there's anything else because it's been dry this week. Like unless you've got something else.
No, I don't think I have. No, I didn't watch Cat Girl, so the Barbarian show is over.
Because like I look at my anime schedule for the last week, and it's literally like nothing, and then the Cat Girl show was on Friday, and then that's it. I was gonna watch the Kaiju Girl thing, but I have it down. I have the Kaiju Girl thing, but I just haven't gotten around to it.
Me neither. I also there was like a season 2 announcement for Witch Hat trailer.
Not surprising, yeah.
I was more surprised that it was not already announced because it was so obvious. You could just throw like a black.
Yeah, it's popular enough that it's like
black screen, white text, at the end of the episode, and everybody goes, "Oh yeah, sure, why absolutely." You didn't
absolutely,
but they announced it with a whole trailer, and I go from, you didn't have to do you could just have.
You didn't.
Yeah,
you didn't have to do that. You didn't.
We do. Also the Cyberpunk trailer, Cyberpunk 2, Edge Runners 2.
Yes, there has been some movement on that. Yeah, the Cyberpunks.
I watched the trailer. I liked Edge Runners 1. I liked the game as well.
This one's looking like it's going to be interesting because you've got like the little Shota guy who's like he's a media, which is a actual class from the tabletop. Yeah, it's I was talking to Lolly about this. It's like their whole thing is they go out and they try and get recording of like
stuff.
shit, right? Like kind of like journalist, but sort of more like it,
for the money.
Expose the truth type stuff, right? The real lives of the people, and so on and so forth, right?
I am just to go through the characters that we don't have on screen or anything, right? We have Shoto Boy with a camcorder. He looks innocent. We got like guy who's not there. I saw some speculation about that he might be like taken over by an AI from across the black wall.
Maybe. Well, he's kind of like, I think I read the bio. He's like a netrunner who was
that's why
betrayed. Yeah, he was
might
betrayed
also be
during a job or something.
He might just also his whole body might just be taken over by an AI. His mind. That's why he's so out of it.
People are memeing about him being literally Sasuke. He's literally Sasuke, doing Sasuke things.
We have our pre-cyber psychosis big guy who apparently was a massive deal in the past, but now he's weak.
He's washed. He's washed up. Fucking edge runner man.
Yeah.
Having a bad day. He's having a bad time.
Every day
he's got the eyes. Yeah, he's got the eyes. He's got the eyes, Ellie. It's happening.
He has the eyes before we even have the first episode. He is so doomed.
Yeah, we haven't even like seen him yet, and we already know he's about to go down. Yeah.
That's kind of funny because in the first, as a kind of a commentary on ourselves, narrative, as watchers of a show. First season, oh no, I can't believe they died. Second season,
no.
Oh, he's so going to die.
Yeah, he's so fucking dead. And then I believe the chick who's like naked for most of the fucking shit. She is like, I think she's supposed to be kind of like one of those cyber crazy people.
Yeah, the Maelstrom. Who is all
the Maelstrom. Yeah, she's like an ex-Maelstrom or something. So
she's the most cyborg of all of them.
Presumably, yeah.
I did see some fan art of her with her like thighs kind of disconnected almost, pulled out of her torso semi.
Look, it's gonna be good when the artists are already on that shit.
I was looking from, hey, does that actually happen? And yes, in like one of the scenes when she's jumping out from wires or something, yes, she can extend her limbs to be more loose apart from her torso, so she can just spin her arms and legs just around to become a complete spider on the walls.
Yeah, it's very the artists are already on that shit. They're drawing that girl. She is getting drawn. Shota Boy's also been not necessarily been getting a lot of the art, but he's been popping up in a lot of stuff. So yeah,
I'm kind of cool. Just on a discussion, Natsu, do you think that the boy will live?
I think the boy will live, but he's not gonna have a good time. I think he's not.
I think
he's not going to come out of it unscathed. Let's just say that. I don't think he's going to come out of it in an okay state. But we'll see how it goes.
I kind of have a weird feeling that big guy weak will either die like first or like last.
Yeah, I don't know. Well, I don't know what the situation's going to be. We'll see. We'll see how it plays out. Because, like, is it going to be like they're all part of the same crew, or is it Shota Boy is just following these people around, and it's like each one's going to get like an arc, right?
Yeah,
Shota Boy is like following each individual person as they do stuff. Because I don't know what the format's going to be this time around, right? So. Well, again, that's why I think we'll see how it plays.
I did have one piece of information. from an interview, apparently, they said they're treating edge runners as a campaign in the tabletop.
Right.
So we're going to throw these different characters with these different classes together, and we're going to treat them as if they're on a campaign. And if they get killed during a combat encounter, they are dead. Right? So, I had tabletop experience, Naretsu, where the big bad evil alien monster went killing everybody, and I said, fuck that, I'm running. So, and that meant that my character survived and everybody else was dead. Which is kind of not necessarily what happened in the first Edge Runners. But yeah, that can be an end of a campaign. Like, oh fuck, that evil guy is over there. Goodbye. Oh, shit. I'm not dealing with
time to get the fuck out.
Yeah. So the attitude of treating every Edge Runner, however long the series will continue on for, treating these characters as characters in a campaign, and what they do and how it happens, etc., is a good attitude. You can tell a lot of stories in that setting, especially when you don't pressure yourself to have like world-ending scenarios, right?
Yeah.
Anyway, that's enough about the thing we don't have.
I think that'll do us for the day, because I gotta go rest because my nose is killing me.
I have to go actually rest because it's past midnight.
Yeah. All right. We'll catch you boys next time.
Yeah, later.
See you later. Bye.
With more anime, hopefully.